Hello, my beautiful gemstones. Welcome to Friday night's live intuitive oracle with myself and Ghostdragonzw. Currently outside, it is downpouring, heavy thunder and lightning. It's supposed to move through the area really quickly, but if like my Wi-Fi blinks out or anything like that, I'll back out and come back in. I think we go through this every week because I have horrible Wi-Fi, which after the summer, I do plan on getting something a little bit better. So good to see you guys. Definitely the highlight of my week. I hope all of my American friends or those who otherwise celebrate Independence Day had an amazing day yesterday. I didn't do what we typically do with like the barbecue and all that, but we did have fun. We did take the little guy to the splash park and we got to spend the day as a family. And I always appreciate when, you know, we can do that. So Blue Crossroads, Paranormal Pixie on Highway Vibe, hang out. Josephine Van Dam, Baby UFO, Melissa Nicole, Slow Motion. What's up, guys? Wow, I always get like, I don't know. I don't like the vibes when it's like lightning out. I'm always afraid that I'm going to lose power. It's like post-traumatic stress disorder from like not having power for a long time when back in my old life. I hope all you guys are doing really good. Again, I hope you celebrated the best way that you could with your family and your friends and just did something that made you happy yesterday. I think it was a national holiday where everyone had off, but I'm not sure. It's been a crazy week for me. My little guy's birthday is Saturday. So I've been trying to get everything together for, get that. So it's perfect for him. He only turned 6 once. Once this weekend is over, not this weekend, next weekend is over, I will be much more relaxed and calm. Terrified of storms. It's not that I don't know. It's not that I'm terrified. It's that when I'm doing something, right? So like I'm trying to do something and accomplish something right now that I desperately need like electricity and Wi-Fi. And it's one of those heat storms. So like I can feel like the pulsing. So I know the Wi-Fi is like boom, boom, boom. So we'll see how it goes. Usually we are pretty lucky with our stream. It gets to go as it goes. Let's bring in the Ghost Dragons and we'll move from there.
Hello. How is everybody doing? I'm alive, I guess. So what's the scoop, Poop? I got your watermelon this time because it was quicker.
No, that's fine. Thank you. This girl, Casey, and for the
man, your internet.
Timestamps. We'll see who else comes along.
It's acting up. Give it a minute.
I don't even want to waste my time talking.
That sucks. This should pass. Hopefully.
I hope so. Are you guys still having trouble hearing me?
No, it was just you were da-da-da-da-da-da. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is downpouring.
Probably
okay,
is.
guys. I'm going to do my best. If you guys can't hear me, though, let me know. I noticed that when Ghost Dragon starts freezing, that's when you guys can't hear me. So that's good. Your birthday's on Saturday as well. You are a July 13th baby. Have a century more. Were you a Friday the 13th baby like he is? So he is sun, moon, and rising Cancer, which I think is pretty cool. I thought it was super duper rare. It's not super duper rare, but it is kind of rare. And Baby UFO, I was actually thinking that. Even when you go into StreamYard, it will tell you Wi-Fi is not the best choice to do a live stream with. You actually should be using some sort of cable.
Broadband is the best.
I'm going to look into that as well.
Direct hit.
Yeah, I totally forgot what I was saying, but dang, I hate when that happens.
You were talking about the
also,
boy.
like, super duper like humid too, like it's really hot and I've got these lights in my face. I am really happy to be here. Baby UFOs on the 10th. We've got Little Guy and Lurk Slot on the 13th. We've got Grey Wolf Paranormal on the 12th. We've got my husband, my little guy's father on the 14th, my mom on the 18th. My stepfather was the 24th of June, which is also Cancer. My dad's new girlfriend is the 6th, and someone else was on the 3rd. It's a lot of cancers. Oh, yeah. No, his is the 13th. LAN connection. I'm going to look into it. I had a lot of stuff I had to get done for his birthday, but we're basically good. Good with that. So I just want to make a really quick announcement while we let people file in. What I was saying, what's up, Pixie Girl, is Lotus Girl and Casey for now. If Deb doesn't come in, let's do one for her. I know she went on like this little mini vacation for her husband's birthday. So Lotus Girl messaged me today, and Casey. So what I'm doing is I'm bringing in a manager. This isn't someone that I'm paying. Oh, your son's is the 11th. Little Cancer babies, you got to love them. I'm bringing in a manager. It's someone who's willing to help me. Are we back? Okay. When I see you freeze, I'm just going to stop talking.
Oh,
so you can't just sit like this, because then I'm going to think that I'm going to think you're frozen.
I won't take my medicine.
So I'm bringing in someone who offered to manage Gemma Jade as a brand, because I have this thing where I have a hard time separating business and friendship, right? Like what I do for my business and what I'm willing to do to help friends. And just to kind of crack down on like, even like overseeing the streams, maybe interviewing some people to do streams on certain nights. So it's not always like, are we going to have a stream? Are we not? At least September. This is not meant towards any one person. This is an overall thing of my channel, myself included, on Tuesdays being like, I can't tell if y'all can hear me.
You're good. You are good.
Okay. Because you were like, sorry, you've got to keep moving. I don't know what to say. But anyway, just to like help me with the Gemma Jade brand. Gemma Jade needs to be a brand. And I have to get paid for what I do. So, and I think the people that I bring in need to understand that like this is my job. Like, yeah, we're friends, but there are certain aspects of it I can't mess around with, like my subscriber count, my base, and like how people behave and present themselves on my channel. Not that anyone's done anything wrong, but like to make sure that doesn't happen. And just to be like a little more until September, when I can step back in and do this full time, because I don't want to lose what I've worked so hard for. And in fact, I'm a success. I am winning. I keep telling myself that, and I want to put myself, Gemma Jade, and my whole channel. I just want to make it a whole brand, a whole professional thing. So, you know, be a little bit more reliable in general, even on my part. Two more things, and then we'll get started. One is I found my Merlinite necklace, which I was really excited to find that, the Indigo Gabbro, because this is one of my favorite stones, and I forgot I had a necklace of it. And the second thing is there's a kind of long video for next Thursday's upload of the Susan Powell case. So yeah, I was watching a documentary about her. Happened. I was literally almost forced to do this video on her case, and I think it's going to be great. But it's like super duper. It's for me, 12,000 words is super duper long. A regular video is like between 6,000 and 8,000, so it's going to be a little longer. I hope you guys watch it. The views on the highest strangeness in the Himalayas were super duper low, embarrassingly low actually. But yes, Blue Crossers business is business, and I don't ever want to be seen as someone who's mean or overbearing in business or in life, but I feel like I'm too lenient, and if I'm not going to take what I'm trying to build seriously enough to like put my foot down when it's necessary, then how is anyone else going to take me seriously? Right. All right. With that being said, hopefully the Wi-Fi continues, guys. I'm sorry if it's blippy. Hopefully this will just fade into the distance and we can get through our stream. Like I said before, hopefully I didn't jinx it, but we're normally like really good. So it's hot in here. Woo, it's humid. All right, who's first?
Blue.
Hey, Joey. Blue, all right. Blue, I'm going to use the Celebrity Spirit. If anybody has to leave early for any reason, let us know. Yeah. we will try to squeeze you in. If you're brand new or never had a reading before, also let us know if you want one. Yeah, you're first, Blue. We're missing a lot of people, but a lot of people think that I still start at like exactly 7:15. So hopefully we get a few more people in here. Oh, that's right, Slow. You're waiting waiting to be in the States, huh? You got Kobe Bryant. Share your knowledge. Let's see. He's card number 29. You think they would have given him like the number of his jersey? Smoochy girl. Your title for this lifetime could be hero or ruler. Also, athlete, warrior, and role model. So already definitely is befitting you. On January 26, 2020, NBA giant Kobe Bryant, born the 23rd of August, 1978, one of the greatest basketball players of all time, died in a helicopter crash at the age of 41. His young daughter, who was on board with him, as well as 7 others, were all killed when the accident happened in foggy weather. Unfortunately, there were no reported survivors. Kobe was a Virgo. According to reports, Kobe often used helicopters to beat the busy Los Angeles traffic. He had a career with the Los Angeles Lakers that spanned more than 20 years and was very supportive of his daughter's career in the same sport. Ryan, I didn't even see you sneak in. What's up? Josephine, yes, we said hello. How are you? The message: support the new generation of our children as they see the real stars of the new world. I had no idea who Kobe was until I heard the news on television, as I am not a basketball fan. This is from the author here, Carrie Irwin. I had Kobe appear in an apparition suddenly one morning, standing right next to me while I was on a bus and on my way to do some shopping with my husband. It's always really creepy when that happens, guys. When I tuned into him, he asked if he could be included in my card deck, as it was his mission to be remembered to help children. Kobe's reason being that he was very supportive of children's sport in the game. One of his greatest loves was his own kids, whom he adored. When he died, he said he was with his daughter, who was still by his side, safe and doing well with him in the spirit realm. Ryan, you have to text me tomorrow. I got to tell you something that happened. Wendy girl, what's up? The meaning, Blue: if you have received this card today, many people who know you may look up to you, as you are capable of great feats of strength and skill. Through this belief in yourself and your own determination, you are able to confront any obstacle in your life with great success, no matter how difficult or complicated the situation is. What's up, Jim's camera? Lotus girl, love you. No matter what life throws at you or how you are tested, you have this innate ability and spiritual power to rise above your fears due to your belief in yourself, the outcome, and your capabilities for your empowerment. Understand you are a valuable asset in many people's lives. So the one thing I'm hearing, Blue, is like, don't disconnect. So I know you just moved, you made this huge decision, you kind of just went for it because it's what was right for you, or what is right for you in the here and now. And you took a leap of faith, as the universe and your spirit team, they were urging you to do that for a while. I feel as though like there may be some relationships still that you aren't sure if you're going to stay connected with. And the universe is saying, like, that's perfectly fine. Like, if you're moving into like a fresh phase of your life, maybe you want to let like a lot of what was, just let it be. But I feel like there's one person here that you should really make sure that like you don't leave behind. I don't know who this person is. Probably someone you've known for a long time. This would be someone who's like drama free. They're just somebody who like maybe y'all don't even hang out much. I just keep hearing like, don't forget to call. Don't forget to call. So there's definitely a message here of making sure that you're picking and choosing who you're leaving behind in your old life, right? As you move forward on this new journey. So in the next week or two, you'll probably get a phone call or a text message, an email, some sort of correspondence from this person. Just make sure that if you have decided you don't want to talk to them anymore, you let them know. You don't strike me as the type of person to ghost, but there might be a reason in this situation that you've decided to do that. The universe is saying don't. As your friend Gemma, I always say ghosting is perfectly acceptable, but the universe is telling you in this case it's not. And if it's someone you want to keep in touch with, just make sure you put that effort in and you do so. But I do feel like they'll be reaching out to you in the next couple of weeks, and that's how you'll know who this is. What's up, Mark, and anyone else who came in?
Josephine is next.
Josephine, I'm going to use Dark Goddess. Kobe is legend. Kobe, what's up, Nutslap? Love you too, Lotus Girl. Take care of you. You got this. All right, Josephine, so there's no confusion. This is your reading. Oh, I did them upside down. Okay, I'm like, these cards don't come in the shadow. You got Pandora, the card of curiosity. Tell her I said hello. And yeah, then absolutely. Of course, it resonates right away. That's awesome. Bacon, bacon. Josephine, you could be in the process of making a huge mistake if you go ahead. Pause for a minute and take a good look at what it is you're about to undertake. You must dig deeper and investigate thoroughly before you make a decision. Look to see what the outcome could be and what effects it could have on others, on you, and also your future. You are gifted and talented with abilities, and many opportunities have already and will continue to be presented to you. Sometimes, though, you see your gifts as a curse, rather like Pandora. Expectations from others and of yourself are hard to live up to, yet your ambitions propel you further and higher. You would be wise to heed the warning of Pandora, who wishes you to not become a victim of temptation as she once did. So with the hope in your heart, keep the lid firmly closed on tempting offers at this time before looking at your options. Make sure you know what you're getting yourself into. Don't be sidelined by curiosity. Hope will pull you through. Face up to the consequences of your actions. Investigate an offer that seems too good to be true. A surprise gift will arrive. Use your gifts and your talents wisely. So yeah, Josephine, I do feel like you have many opportunities either within one realm of your life or another right now, but there are also some more coming in. I do feel like you're going to be very tempted to take the easy way out, or like the easy road. Or something. Before the card even said too good to be true, I was hearing too good to be true. It's like anything worth doing is, right? So don't cut corners, particularly in the next week or two. And also don't keep things to yourself. If you see a red flag in someone, or if you see a hole in someone's story, or a hole in an opportunity, like, okay, I see that you're giving me this, $100,000 bonus, even though we just met. What are the strings, right? There are strings, and they're pretty severe strings, pretty long strings attached to something that you're being offered. No, this is my old Spidey ring, but it's red and black like my shirt. So, it's something that's being offered to you because the other person either one thinks you're never going to notice how they're trying to use and or manipulate you. There's something here that isn't right. Somebody's offering you something not because they want to give it to you. So it's like, if you jump through this hoop of fire and do 2 backflips, I'll give you $1 million, because they know you're not going to be able to do that. Hey, Max. So be really careful, and don't take the easy way out of anything in the next 2 weeks specifically. If you wait, if you're patient, the right opportunity for whatever this is will come along to you. But if you jump on like one of the first too good to be true offers, you are going to lose a lot of opportunities, and you're going to be placed way before the starting line. Like, you're not even going to be put back to the starting line. You're going to be before it. You're going to have to get to it again if you jump on something like this. Who's next?
Hello there. Stuttered. Baby UFO. Man, couldn't get it out.
Baby UFO, let's use the Halloween deck. It is really humid, and my AC's got this room at 70 degrees, and I have sweat right here. Gross. Hopefully it cools off soon. I have to dye my hair, so. All right, baby UFO. By the way, good to see you back, Max. Nice to see you. Anyone we haven't seen in a while.
He popped up in my stream the other night.
Who?
Matt Stacks.
So let the monsters in. So Ryan, I think they do. I don't think it's a deck that you can like get on Amazon, but I believe they do make like special decks like that. The classic horror oracle that I got, I believe it's either a new release or it hasn't been released yet. They have something like that. I'll look it up. I was just looking at it the other day, actually, and I was like, I got to get this. Okay, so slow motion, you got a good one. You're welcome, Josephine. Not slow motion, I'm sorry. Baby UFO, you got trick or treat, mischief, and play. Stalking and stomping, eyes shining and begging baskets, faces and bodies that are no longer ours, laughing skeletons, and candy caskets. Trick-or-treating is such a fun thing to do, is it not? Yet, why do we trick-or-treat? Ancient people understood that there were both mischievous and perhaps nasty spirits wandering around at nightfall at Halloween, as well as happier, more benevolent spirits. They thought that if they dressed as spirits themselves or other frightening creatures, then they would not be recognized as human and attacked. The idea of causing a little chaos as one of these spirits was part of the imitation and the enjoyment of the night. The practice in medieval Britain was aptly called souling. Yeah, for sure. Today, trick-or-treating is a huge event. We spend much time, money, and effort dressing up as our scariest creatures, and this has even extended to dressing up as our favorite celebrities, other pop culture idols. Instead of traditional candy apples and barmbrack, we give out a mind-boggling variety of candy. It matters not. The idea of frightening away death and darkness still stands. I believe that the modern trick-or-treating also unites communities by introducing our families and friends to those around us in a non-threatening and joyful way. Many of us do not know our neighbors, even those who live next door, and Halloween gives us an excuse not to be so reserved and to extend our boundaries. Baby UFO, should you receive the trick-or-treat card in your divination, it may well be a time to examine the role of play and mischief in your own life. You don't have to be a child to let go and have some playtime, and you can extend the fun to others as well. Sometimes we are afraid to make mistakes, and play is one way to alleviate the pressure that we sometimes place on ourselves to get everything perfect every single time. Alternatively, it is worth knowing that there is a balance between manipulation and mischief. The former is not pleasant, and the other has at its core a sense of irreverent fun. Yeah, I feel like this is telling you to kind of let go a little bit and do something for you, right? Do something. Hey, Willie, do something that you think is fun. Or, you know, I know that so many people, myself included, until I catch myself doing it, are like, well, there's only so many hours in the day. Right? Like I have to work, I have to, you know, be with family or take care of kids or whatever the case may be. Everyone's life is pretty full. And even if it's not, we get into these like routines of like, we wake up, we do this all the way until we go to bed. But baby UFO, what this card is saying is in the next week or two, take every opportunity you can to like play hooky from your responsibilities. And if you can't play hooky from your responsibilities, carve in some time to have some fun, whatever that looks like for you. And I know this card is kind of, it's a bit of a no-brainer. Like, you know, obviously people need fun in our lives, but this card is specifically telling you, you are working too hard. You are beyond burnout. You are losing sight of your priorities, right? Like, why are you working so hard? You're now only focused possibly, or will be in the next week or two, on the work, and not the whole reason why you're doing it in the first place. And I feel like this card is trying to pull your attention back to that, where, you know, you remember the joy in your work and that there's joy in your life. I had a customer come in with 4 dogs I had to deal with. Did I miss it? I was just finishing it up. So this is your card. And I suggest you rewind and listen because it's a really great message. just reminding yourself of why you're doing the things you're doing that are taking up so much of your time, and why you're not prioritizing, time for yourself and just fun. Even if that looks like to you like relaxing with a book, it doesn't mean you have to even leave your house to do anything, whatever that means to you. Mike J, it was just pouring really bad here. It's so humid. My hair, like I'm sweating so bad. Like I'm ready to just rip this thing off. But I'm going to see if in a couple of minutes it slows down. If not, I'm doing a ponytail because I am hot. Who's next?
Melissa.
Melissa, I'm going to use myths, not myths and mermaids, deep, dark, and dangerous. All right, no problem. Yeah. I have to dye my hair, though. I have the dye. I'm going to do it Monday. Yeah, well, what I call a ponytail, it's really like that blob on top of my head that I put there. I would have loved to if it wasn't for the lightning. Other than that, I love it. Yes, triple D's. As I drop half the deck because you made me laugh. All right, let me just get these cards in order.
Emotion, I'm one of those people who I go stand in the storm.
There's a very nervous energy in the room right now. I don't know who it is. Maybe it's someone that's about to come in. Hopefully they do, so we can maybe help them. Oh, do you guys want to hear some of my really quick? It's only 2. Some of my love messages from Adam Lee. You're a disgusting troll-faced mutant. From Mandy Lynn. Your kid's going to grow up to be a woman beater, you heartless B-word. That's one of the animal people that didn't like that I said I would put an aggressive mom cat back on the street if she continued to be aggressive, and I'd separate her from her kittens. I guess maybe that's wrong. Maybe you should try to force a feral outdoor older cat to be an indoor cat, but I just don't think that you should. But that's why I don't use Facebook Messenger. But unfortunately, I did see a lot of opportunities. Mike J, I don't even remember if I said hi to you or not. So Adam Lee, Lee, was the one that told me I'm a troll face, whatever. And I don't know the other girl's name. I reported and blocked both of them. I think they're the animal people. I tell you guys, come at me a lot because I don't think animals are humans. Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying, right? I wasn't saying like I'd yeet it and grab all the kittens and run. I was saying if the mother cat, showed extreme aggression, I would take the kittens, period. I don't see what the problem is, but I guess I'm heartless. And I also say a lot that I don't think animals are human, but I think the thing that gets them the most upset is that when they're like, oh, look at Archie. Archie, the cat, was returned 4 times to the same shelter in 5 years through no fault of his own. So I'm like, oh, why? Like, why would someone keep returning this cat? Right? I'm heartless. I'm heartless because I don't immediately say, what? It bit your kid's face? Oh, definitely the kid's fault. It pooped on your counter? Oh my God, definitely the counter's fault. I've always thought I was a cat person until very recently dealing with these animal people online. I like to scroll through. I like to look at the videos, but then I have a bad habit of going into the comments. And some of the things I see in the comments make me angry. And I say it, and I don't say it angrily, but I just state my opinions about some of the lunacy that's in those comments, and it's the cat people. So I don't have anything against cat people, but I feel now, like at this phase in my journey, I notice when I see puppies playing, I'm happy and like warmed up. And when I see the cats, I love the kittens, but the cats, maybe it's because I'm only seeing like, they're like, look how she bites my face. Oh my God, look how she growls at my infant. It pisses me off and I get mad. So that's what I have to deal with when I go into Facebook Messenger. Poopily countertops. I know. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Nut slap. Yeah. And I'm not saying anything against animal lovers. I wasn't raised with any pets except hamsters and goldfish. So maybe there is something I'm missing there, but I'm entitled to my opinion. I'm not cursing anyone out. I'm not calling anyone names. I'm not wishing harm on anyone or on the animals. Kittens. Okay. Melissa, you got the card of rest, Hypnos, card number 20, dark. Thank you. Okay, Miss Pixie, thank you. And you were in the back of my mind when I was saying that. I'm like, she's either going to be really mad at me or I'm not delusional and I'm right. Right? Some animals are bad, just like humans are bad, and just like some kids are bad. You know, not all animals are these wonderful, loving beings, and that's okay. But we don't need to pretend that they are, right? All right. Melissa, prioritize rest and sleep. Allow yourself to dream. You need the grace of rest to be at your best. The unconscious has great depth and power, so explore it if you can. Use your imagination. Do not stay asleep to your potential. Awaken to your power. In this busy world, people are having more and more problems with turning off and getting some quality rest and sleep. The ancients, though, knew how important sleep was, how it is even a crucible for processing ideas and invention. Hypnos was the Greek god of sleep and was born from Nyx, the goddess of night, the dark mother. A twin, he was often pictured hand in hand with his brother, Thanatos, who was deaf. Often, the brothers would shadow each other in their work. While featuring in a number of myths, Hypnos was generally seen as a benevolent and relief-inducing deity and honored for his place in well-being and health. Temples to Hypnos were often constructed in sanctuaries and healing spaces. The Greeks also recognized that too much sleep could be a symptom of depression or lethargy. Continually disconnecting from the world by slipping hand in hand with Hypnos may well mean you are depressed or lacking in energy, both situations for which you should reach out and seek professional assistance. In one story, Hera bribes Hypnos to practice his arts on Zeus so that her favored Heracles gets to make yet another outrageous escape. This is about as naughty as Hypnos gets. In this case, he receives a beautiful bride for his trouble, so totally worth it. In our modern lives, there is also another time that hypnosis favors should be courted, and that is in anesthesia. If you are undergoing an operation, why not give a little libation to Hypnos prior to the procedure, as is traditionally Hypnos, who will be guiding your hand of your anesthesiologist as they artfully send you to a painless sleep. I'm not saying drink before anesthesia. Drink some water, like toast him is what they're saying. Thank you, Miss Pixie. When you say it, I'm like, okay, sigh of relief. Your plant companion is poppy, and your crystal companion is howlite or white turquoise. Yeah, so one of the things I got here is like, don't fall into this depression. Like, and the way you can tell you're doing that, and I'm not a doctor, you can tell, like, when all someone wants to do is sleep all day, they don't want to interact or engage or do things that they normally do, there might be something going on with them. And the universe is telling you, like, don't fall into this. You finally have regained at least a semblance of your freedom, and you're working hard, or hopefully, presumably so, to gain back your independence from all of the abuse that you've suffered and everything that you've been through. But it can go one of two ways. You can fall into this pit of despair and not oppression, but despair and like depression, I guess. Or you can put those feelings aside and understand that you're right exactly where you were meant to be at this time. So start looking around for opportunities. There's obviously a time to rest. There's a time to work, a time to play, a time to laugh, a time for everything through the seasons, right? But Melissa, if you receive this card, it's like you might be taking it to like a dangerous level, or you might be, I'm losing my thought. You might be like pushed, maybe through harassment of the other person, maybe just through like the pressures that other people are trying to place on you. Whatever it is, it's like you're being pushed to just like remove your energy from everything. And you know what? That's okay if you want to do that. But make sure that you're still looking for opportunities. You're still working on yourself. You're still keeping yourself away from the toxicity, right? Yeah, Melissa, see, she said, I stayed in bed for about 4 years. I really don't want to go back there again. I can feel it pulling at me. I went through something similar. It wasn't every day, but there would be days when like I would just not want to get up. So I would just sleeping pill my way through the day. Right. And I lost many days like that I wish I could have went back and I could have lived, and done something productive. Don't do that. Get out and do the things you can do the things you enjoy. This isn't a time right now for you. And I don't mean this in the wrong way, of like true achievement in like, going out there and becoming a CEO. Right now, this is a time for you to heal. Whatever that looks like for you, except sleeping your way through life, right? And leading yourself to a slow death. You should be focusing on, and I'm not saying you should be, this is your message from the universe, focusing on healing, learning, growing, staying away from that drama. And really, honestly, you have the right now to only be around people and things that make you feel good. Like you are allowed to just completely withdraw, unsubscribe from any drama, because you don't need that. And any little thing is going to make you want to either roll over and go to sleep for a couple of years or run back to your comfort zone. This is a very precarious time in your situation, and it could be dangerous and or deadly either way. If you go back, it's a problem. If you move forward, sleeping your days away, not being productive, not looking for opportunity, not telling yourself what a badass you are, that could be a problem. So why not stay where you are and look for even the smallest opportunity to laugh, to smile. You have to relearn how to laugh, smile, play, grow, heal, eat properly. Your whole nervous system has to realign itself. You couldn't be having some PTSD. Like these are real symptoms of someone who went through the stuff you went through, whether it be mentally, physically, or both, because all abuse affects us spiritually. You have been broken down spiritually, but now your only objective for the next week or two at least, and I'd say probably for the next year, is to heal yourself. That's it. Selfishly doing what makes you feel good and opting out of things that don't. Nothing dangerous, nothing that's going to hurt you, even though I probably have a little bit of a weird idea about things that are quote unquote dangerous. But I'm saying spoil yourself rotten. You deserve it. You were denied and neglected and mistreated for so long. You deserve to go a little crazy and have a little fun if you're focusing the energy in the right directions, towards the right things and towards the right people. Thank you, Willie Rosato. Yeah, Willie Rosato says, I agree. Max Tax. Yeah, I did a short. It was lip syncing one of the Kardashians that said, and I put me at any little inconvenience. And she was like, I do not have the energy for this. I am unsubscribing to this drama. And I'm like, me at every little inconvenience. Ralph and Cassie Francis, what is up? Bat Mom, what's up, girl? Oh, did you guys see my short about like I almost lost my toe? So you guys know I love me some Temu, right? But I saw this thing that would get rid of dead skin before you want to give yourself a pedicure. The minute I took it out of the wrapping, I was like, this looks dangerous. So I did my left foot, and I did notice it was taking like chunks out of my feet, but that was okay because I hadn't given myself a pedicure in so long. I was like, I just have to be really careful. And as I was having the thought of being really careful, I literally cut the bottom of my right toe. I thought almost down to the bone. Y'all, my skin is literally still on this thing. This is what Temu sent me to scrape dead skin off my feet. This thing is so sharp. If I went like this, it would cut the tip of my nail off. It's a razor blade on a stick. I messaged Temu about it, and they're like, what are your demands? I said, I'm just making you aware, so maybe you don't sell it anymore, or at least put a warning on it. They're like, we'll send you $25 credit. I tried. I did what I could, but there are no safety standards in China, unfortunately. But I feel like if they're, cheese grater. I feel like if they're selling it to people in the US, they should have to put a warning on it. either way, I completely panicked, but he came through. Like as soon as he heard me yell "ow," he was like 2 seconds. Like, what do you need? What's going on? What's all that blood? I'm glad I didn't really make and call the ambulance. Not you guys kind of looking at. Okay. Are we good?
Bad.
No, we're not good.
No, you're good. Just give it a minute. It's clearing up slowly. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. Good old Ralph.
I want to see if I can sue them. I don't think I can, though. I don't know. There's probably some law or something.
Good luck.
My Wi-Fi is showing me that thing that is like your Wi-Fi is effed.
Antenna there.
So
yeah.
Let's just kind of chat for a minute, let it clear. If not, I'll back out and come back in. My audio.
Yeah, good luck. Yeah. Suing Temu is basically suing China.
So Willie, if you can hear me, yeah, I was talking about in the beginning, we're having like these raging thunderstorms right now, so I am having some Wi-Fi issues. So I will be backing out and coming back in if they continue. It's showing me now that it's really messed up, so I don't want to start a reading and did I get my no, but I did try to get a Wi-Fi booster from Temu. I tried to get a Wi-Fi booster from Temu and it didn't work.
Yeah, we got to figure that out. It's probably the white too.
Let me back out and come back in.
That's a yeah, go ahead. I'm right here so you won't lose anything. She'll be right back. She's going to try to redo this. Maybe not. Maybe. Boom, there she goes. Yeah, I got mine from Arizona and it didn't work either. What Chris said. Yeah, true. Ordered from Wish. I think Wish and Temu are pretty much the same thing. I honestly do. Ghost, do read? Nah, I won't do. I don't have no cards. I can read from a comic book. That's about it. And even then, I wouldn't do a very good job. I hope everybody's good. Hello, Life with Brian. Bobby Brian. That movie's in my head. I watched it the other night. Hello, Life. Life with Bobby. I knew I was watching it. Okay, next is slow motion. And then Sir looks a lot. Are you still here? Because you're after slow motion. So lurk, if you're still here.
This is.
And if lurk doesn't answer, it'll be Pixie. So slow motion, lurk, and Pixie.
All right, lurk's a lot.
Right now it's slow motion.
Okay.
I was just giving him time to answer because I hadn't seen him for a while. So
slow motion, I'm going to use the Oracle of the Radiant Sun, and hopefully I don't lose you guys. And I am sorry. I always hate when this happens because I try to be as professional as possible, but I can't help Mother Nature. So I'm just glad you guys are. No, Mark, I said slow motion, and then I corrected myself in the middle of the reading. It was for Baby UFO. Sorry about that. I'm here. Ghost is always multitasking. That's why I want to get everyone together. I might be interviewing for spots to host a show on my channel one night a week, just to kind of give him a break from having to do like almost every night. Because then like nobody can go 5 straight nights a week. I mean, maybe you can, but I don't expect him to. But at the same time, I don't want it to constantly be like, oh, it's Friday at 7 o'clock. There's no stream now. Like, I don't want that to keep happening. And things come up and things happen. I think I just need a few more people like filling in those gaps, but I need to make sure I really trust them. And Ghost would have to be there in the background like he is with Lara. I'm revamping, guys. And of course, you know, I'm just trying to do what's best for my brand while still being me.
She's gonna lock me back
We're
in the
gonna turn
basement.
We're gonna turn Gemma into a real girl. 115 degrees. Where are you? The first circle of hell?
Probably down around Texas.
Boy. It's still saying this.
No, Max.
Still in here.
I'm sorry.
Oh no!
Yeah, I know.
Ghost and Ryan are amazing. Miss Pixie's amazing, but I can't. I need to have like. I need them to be like, okay, I'm gonna, unless something crazy happens, I'm gonna be there, and if not, this person's gonna be there, because this is my business, and obviously we're gonna talk privately about it. We're all friends. I believe I can be successful between my books and my appearances and my YouTube and just who I am. And like, I believe I can do that. And I believe with my friends helping me do the streams and put the streams out and deal with life on life's terms. As you guys have been, as Pixie does, as Ryan does, as Steven always does, and all of you guys, I believe I can make it quicker, you know? Thank you. Arizona, that makes sense. I know you guys believe.
Where is Ryan? Ryan, I know that's where Ryan's lives, and he said it was a nightmare. He's having air conditioner problems. So it's like nasty for him.
I know you guys believe in me, and that's what makes it so amazing. I'm having AC problems downstairs, and slow I am shuffling for you. We got a new air conditioner. It wasn't brand new, but my husband we have a bunch of air conditioners. He apparently does, probably from his shops and stuff. And he brought one home and it worked. The first day I was like, man, this thing works great. And now it just like freezes at 75 degrees and it goes like bang, 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 bang. But because I have severe asthma and I haven't been able to get an inhaler in years, I'm afraid to like cook dinner in the kitchen now because there's no AC. All right. So this card fell out for you. Mr. Slow Motion. It is the card of exaltation as I speak about how awesome I want to be. The moon in Leo. Any Leo moons in the house? I love seeing newer names. Willie Rosado, I believe I have seen you before, but it's just like, thanks for coming back. You know, I love when new people become a part of this family. We are missing a lot of people tonight. I don't know who I'm competing with here, but I've been doing this on this day for over a year, so I don't really get it. We make do with what we have. I think once I get that 1,000 on TikTok and start going live over there, we're going to have a lot of people in this stream. I really do believe that. All right. So Slow Motion, thank you for being patient. It's actually Taurus, not Leo. The Moon-Taurus combination demonstrates that to feel good emotionally, one has to feel secure. Willie, if you email me, we could talk about that privately. That would be awesome. Luckily, Moon-Taurians have a knack of making the things they need grow and grow as long as they are comfortable with their feelings. Usually, the Moon-Taurus temperament is steady and placid and is a stable home and family life, being of paramount importance to the well-being of Moon-Taurians. Without this, many succumb to overeating as compensation. This card could be said to be the green fingers card, since the Taurian love of beauty combined with the moon's nurturing qualities make for many excellent gardeners with the Moon-Taurus combination. And is traditionally known as the mutation. When did I lose you guys? Did you guys hear all that? You're muted, so.
Yeah, it jumbled up a little bit.
All right, let me go back just a paragraph. This card could be said to be the green fingers card, since the Taurian love of beauty combined with the moon's nurturing qualities make for many excellent gardeners with the Moon-Taurus combination. In astrology, the placing of the moon in Taurus is regarded as excellent and is traditionally known as the moon's exaltation. This means that it is allowed full expression in this sign and usually bodes well for any questions that is the subject of the reading. This card appears when strong hunches about making money are about to pay off. It may indicate that business possibilities to do with food, catering, property, or a business operated from home will be successful. Thank you, Melissa. The card can warn of the typical Taurian danger of self-indulgence, which can spoil or upset any good situation. So slow motion, I keep hearing like inheriting. So you could be inheriting money, family property, some aspect of some business. That's on like a lower level, the way that I'm hearing that. Your financial worries, if you have any in the moment, and if you don't, unfortunately, they'll be coming in. But they might not, because I want you to listen to your friend Gemma, right? You guys know I would never lead you astray. I would never lie to y'all. They're totally unjustified. Even if you're looking, like I've been across 3 bank accounts and they're all, goose eggs. If you just look and like put yourself, and this is really hard to do. You have to train your mind to do it. I still sound like that.
Now, you've been good on my end.
Okay, I just don't want to like, I want everyone to get their reading. So guys, thank you for being patient. The problem is I can't, like, I'm not staring at the screen. I'm like looking beyond it. So I don't really see. All right. So I feel like the financial worries aren't really justified. If you're looking at this in a way of like, yes, I have no money, and I'm just using money as an example, but I do have money. It's just, it's not in my account yet. That's hard to do, but if you can adopt like a little like that kind of attitude and expression in the next week or two, I feel like you're going to, thank you guys. I just get like frustrated because I want to do this the best I can for you guys. Slow motion. The bottom line is I do feel a lot of really great opportunities coming in for you regarding business. Now, you may not even be looking for a business opportunity. I don't really know a lot about you personally. I'm gonna kill it. But I do sense that something that's going to catch your interest is coming in the next week or two. I feel like, though, you may not recognize this as the opportunity that it is because you're not looking for it. Does that make sense? So you're going to see this and it's kind of like if you see those little babysitter slips at the grocery store, like someone's like, I'll babysit your kids for X amount of money, and they leave their little phone number on the strip. If you're not looking for a babysitter, you're not going to pull that strip. And it's something like that. So the universe wants you to keep your mind open to any and all opportunities that present themselves as a matter of business in the next 2 weeks. I don't really know what this looks like, what this means. If you were to want to take up gardening, now would be a good time. Any financial venture you kind of gain I don't want to say buy into, but that you get into in the next 2 weeks, it will be successful as long as you put the work in. So if you're not afraid of putting the work in, it'll be successful. Can we do this? Would you guys hang around for like 4 to 5 minutes so I can completely restart my Wi-Fi now that the storm is over? I think if I restart my Wi-Fi completely, we should be good. Okay. I don't want anyone to leave. So if you really have to
right
leave
here,
quickly,
we'll stay right here. Go do it and see if that helps.
Well, I want to make sure if you guys have to leave, let me know and I'll do your reading right now before I do that. But I think refreshing the Wi-Fi because the storm passed will probably be okay. Yeah, let me reboot. I'll be right back, guys. Thank you.
Yeah, she'll be right back. You guys can yell at me while she's gone. She won't be gone long. It didn't take her long last time. She's had to do it a couple times. Yeah, she'll be right back. Give her a minute. And I can go through the list. Okay, last try for looks a lot. Are you here? Do you want a card? Not? Let me know soon. Hello, Miss Cindy Lee. How you doing, dear? I'm writing you down. So since they don't answer, next is going to be Miss Pixie, then Aunt Edna. Hello, ladies. Evening to you. Ryan, you better come back in here. I don't know you dispute, boy, but you better get back in here because you're after the ladies. Then after Ryan will be Joey. If you're still here, make sure you let me know because I haven't seen you say anything for a while. Then Smoochie. And then Wendy Williams if she's still here. So we'll stop right there. I hope everybody's having a good Friday. I hope everybody had a good day yesterday for 4th. Hokey pokey. Yeah, Mike's doing the hokey pokey again. We are yelling at Ghostdragon. Yeah, feel free to yell at me. I don't care. I really don't care. Been pretty casual lately. Yes, is Nut Slap on the yes, you're on this list, Nut Slap. You're after actually Mark Halstead, and your guys are depending on who shows and who doesn't show. There'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Mark is 8, and you should be 9. Well, Cindy, you can always yell at me later. You know you can. So don't be afraid to. And I'll be here tomorrow night too. And you can yell at me beforehand. I usually try to hang around in the background. I usually get on the computer if I'm not screwing around about 11:30. So yeah, you guys are coming up. Joey, if you're here, please let me know. I know Smoochie's here. I know Ryan. Ryan, where are you, boy? Mr. Wendy Walker, I need to know if you're here. So Joey, I know Pixie's here. I know Edna's here. I know Ryan is here. Well, should be here. Joey, I need to know. I know Smoochie's here. Wendy, if you're here, let me know so I can keep you on the list. And then after Wendy is Jim. So hello, Jim, and good evening to you, sir. And then after Jim will be Mark and Nut Slap, then Max, then Willie, then Mike J, then Ralph, then Batmom, then Chris Jarvis, then Life with Bobby, then Cindy Lee, until some more people come in, because I'm sure more will come in here a little bit. So there's the list. I don't know. I thought her name was Wendy Williams. Back.
Boom. It actually looks like we're doing a lot better because instead of very weak, my Wi-Fi signal says it's good. So hopefully that worked. And you actually look a lot clearer and you sound clearer. So I'm so sorry about that, guys. But who's next? And let's just move on.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and do Pixie next.
Okay. Miss Pixie girl. Pixie, please send me that book. I haven't even thanked Dave for it yet because I didn't get it. I want to read it so bad. Yeah, I'm not glitchy now. I think that's what it just needed, an overhaul. Kind of knocked away. I don't have the best Wi-Fi, and I live in the middle of the woods, so. Cindy, Mama Cindy, what's up, girl?
I didn't see you, Roger. Hello, Roger.
All right, Miss Pixie. Good night, Miss Cindy. It was good to see you. Thank you, Miss Pixie. Yeah, it seems a lot better. I hope everyone beforehand did get, their reading and heard everything that I had to say. I'm really happy because I just.
She spoke too soon. Give it a minute. Hopefully she comes back.
As it bounces out. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know what else to do.
Do you have anything else on? Did you leave the PlayStation on or anything?
Everything's unplugged. Everything's unplugged and on. So we're just going to have to make do, guys. Best I can do. It did say I had very good signal.
Just give it a minute. Something might be interfering. Night, Miss Cindy Lee. Contact me, or one of us. Let us know you're okay.
So slow motion, yeah, that's where these opportunities are going to come in. And I feel like you're not going to be expecting it. Right? Yeah, Mike, I was thinking that too. I feel like you're not going to be expecting it because you're like on vacation. Do you know what I'm saying? Like whatever you're doing, you're not going there for business. So I feel like when someone mentions this, like if you weren't mindful of it, it might fly right past you, but it could end up being extremely lucrative. Yeah, no, Miss Pixie, I wasn't judging you. I just really want to read it. And I also want to thank him. I don't want him to think that I'm like ungrateful. Ghost Dragons, I have a my neighbor. No way. I have one neighbor. I have a box for you from mom. I don't have the money. So Mark, I feel like it is the weather, but I do feel a lot of the time like there are certain topics that will like discombobulate my electronics. I feel particularly when I start doing the medium readings on the TikTok lives, I feel like I'm going to have problems. Unless I really put up a guard and a block much more than I do for this stream. Like I do some blocks, but I don't do much for this stream because I want as much information as possible to come through and I instantly recognize what's negative. But okay, so you guys are really sweet. Thank you so much. I appreciate the patience. I don't watch live streams because I get turned off by the way people ignore their chat. So I don't know. I don't know if I would get impatient. I did blow up my microwave that one time. So Miss Pixie, you got the Manta Ray Mermaid, card number 20. Tales of the deep from swabs at night paint a most unfavorable light upon a mysterious ethereal being graceful as a bird in flight. Scapegoat for casualties at sea, sunken ships are blamed on thee, yet fear and slander cannot curb your charming curiosity. A mermaid with a twisted tail leads a group of majestic manta rays through a startlingly blue sea. She is wise enough to trust and befriend the intelligent creatures in spite of their legendary reputation for ferocity. Divination message. Be wary of rumors. Somebody has been talking about you behind your back. While it's flattering to know you are on everyone's mind, it's not so nice when you find some of what is being said is simply not true. Somehow, through misunderstanding or deliberate mudslinging, people are getting the wrong message about you. And it's time for you to set the record straight. If you need to, enlist the help of a trusted companion to put an end to these rumors for once and for all. Tempting though it may be, you must resist the urge to gossip yourself about the situation. Not having all of the facts leaves you open to the possibility of misrepresentation. In any ways, it could be none of your business. So what happened there is, because this is a sideways card, I read you both the upright and the shadow, and I'm going to commingle them together for your reading. Are they really? I feel like that's so random that they would be, and then you get this card. So Pixie, yeah, I feel like there's a lot of the wrong impressions surrounding you. I feel like this could have been the situation where like you were going through so much that maybe, and this is just an example, maybe you like forgot to call somebody when you said you would, and they didn't know what you were going through. So to them, you snubbed them, right? I definitely don't feel like you're out there purposefully mudslinging or being rude or nasty to people or like ghosting people. I feel like really through no fault of your own, because of everything that you've been dealing with, you obviously were focused on what you were dealing with, and rightfully so. I feel like there are people out there who are in that, what is it called? Main character syndrome phase. And I feel like you're attached to more than usual of these people, and you may not realize it, where everything's about them. So what you were going through? You said you were going to call. And now they're like, oh, don't deal with Pixie. She's a flake. 5 times she said she was going to call me and she didn't. Even though it was only one and you had a good reason, they still haven't even spoken to you about it. Do you understand what I'm saying? And this is the same type of energy that's been coming up for you over and over again, where there are these outliers. Everybody loves you. You're kind, you're sweet, you do the best you can for everybody. Do you make mistakes? Absolutely, as a human being. But I feel like you do more good than harm, right? And you never purposefully go out of your way to harm. Here we go with the tears. But there are just people who do not want to see you succeed. There are people that you are more knowledgeable than them. You're more talented than them. You're probably more gifted in certain areas than them. And they're watching you on YouTube, or they're hearing people talk about you in a positive light, and they're getting upset because while they may be putting the same amount of work in, their mind isn't in the right place. You can't set out in this community where I am to help people and be only concerned with yourself. You can't set out in this community to help people and only worry about how much money you're going to make. Could those things be a part of it? Sure. Absolutely. They're a part of it for me. I want the attention. I want to be bigger and bigger and bigger. I want people to recognize me in the grocery store. But if that never happens, I will still be okay with doing what I'm doing in this community because I'm helping people. And I feel like there are people around you that just are not in tune with that same energy. But you being you, you're getting intuitive hits about these people, but you're certainly not going to confront them, because what if you're wrong? That's where I think the universe is trying to teach you your lesson. You're not wrong. So even if you don't want to get confrontational, right, you can distance yourself from whoever this person or whoever these people are, because you know that when they're smiling in your face and saying, I'm so happy for you, they're not. They're actually wishing you failure. And I don't like people like this. I deal with it too. I met someone a few weeks ago that while we were like public, this person was like praising me, telling me how beautiful I was, how they would love to like bring me on their huge show and become friends and maybe even like co-host with them. And afterwards I emailed them and they completely and totally ignored me and stole my idea for this show and never spoke to me again. And the whole time Ghost and I were texting and he's like, this person is being so fake. And I'm like, I know, I don't understand why. From the minute this person looked at me, I immediately saw them start like, I made them uncomfortable, and I certainly didn't mean to, but I now lost this major opportunity because of that. And they stole my idea, blatantly, flat out stole it. I think you're dealing with that too. And deep down inside. Now, it's not like with a friend where you think a friend might be upset with you about something, but they haven't told you, but they're a good person. You just made there may be a misunderstanding. These are people that you feel actually do not want to see you succeed for jealousy. I think it is jealousy. I was going to say jealousy or for whatever reason. But Lara, I feel like you're allowing it because I don't see you out there as much. Not just with my channel. And I would love to have you back on the channel, and people would love to have you back permanently on the channel. And that's not a dig at you. We want to see more of you. And I feel like a lot of that timidity with you is wondering what others are going to say, and one of the hardest things, and I don't mean to keep going back to myself, but I've been in your situation so much, so many times. Every day I'm in that situation. There's always someone who doesn't like me because of the way I look, because of the way I talk. Someone recently accused me of having an affair online with their fiance because I did like 2 live streams with the person at some point. You're always going to get people like that. But what they want is for you to back off and back down. Bad Mom, I'll tell you about it privately. Yes. Yeah. I'm sure y'all can figure out who it was, but I'm not going to say names because I don't want to start more drama. But it was hurtful to me. It was very hurtful to me because I genuinely went into it like, yes, I made a new friend. I made a new connection. And this person went into it like they don't like the look of me because I make them feel like there's always this female competition, right? And Lara, I don't want you to allow that to hold you back. You've allowed other people's bullying of you to hold you back from many opportunities throughout your life. Have you not? You have. Like, I don't want to, and this is just a silly example, I don't want to do the talent show in 10th grade, even though I know I have a voice like Christina Aguilera's, because the people a grade ahead of me are just going to make fun of me for it. Meanwhile, you could have went and blew the roof off the place and been proud in your accomplishment, but you stood back from that accomplishment because you didn't want to be picked on. Now is the time you're going to stand up for yourself without being confrontational. Even if you just ghost them, just remove your energy. I'll help you because honestly, I won't tell people off for me, but like when it comes to my friends, I will get involved if I'm asked. So just putting that out there, you will always have backup in this community as long as you continue to be who you are. Okay, so I know I'm getting teary. The energy is real big. Plus, I'm a crybaby, as you know. But yeah, like, because I know how much that hurts when like you just want to connect with someone and be a friend, and they're looking at you like, oh, she's, she's too pretty. She's a threat. Or, she's pretty and articulate, so she's going to make me look weak. And it's like, we need to connect. not divide. And it's not fair to people like us who genuinely we just want to get the information out there. And if we gain success from it, great. But that's not the bottom line. Yeah, Melissa Nicole, that is basically what I said. I said it to someone last week too. I messaged them. I said, I am sweet and I'm kind, but I will,
what a snake in her hand and watch out.
I said it flat out. Obviously not that I would actually physically attack somebody, but I will get involved verbally and I will provide support and I will jump in because I don't do bullying. You guys heard what the trolls said to me. I don't deserve that. Nothing I said could have deserved that. That's what it is. And I have to hold it in and I have to hold it in and hold it in and hold it in. And then when I get into this stream, I connect with you guys and it just really, Ryan, I didn't want to say it was you, but yes, I texted Ryan last week and verbally told him, like, listen, I'm still from Patterson, New Jersey. Okay. And anyone listening that wants to take notes and take what I'm saying out of context, remember that there is a whole video to show the context of the way I just said that. So.
And I'm the guardian. Maybe. And remember, who's the guardian of the gemstones here? I will hunt you down. Okay, next is Anna. I'm going to do a timestamp for her.
Yes.
They should leave.
Laura, you have so much support. People have been messaging me like crazy, and I don't tell your business. I haven't told anyone what happened because I didn't know if you shared it publicly. I'm just like, she's not feeling well. She'll be back. Whatever you want to do with that, you let me know, but I don't want to see you back away from being public in this community, being out there doing the work, making the connections because someone's jealous that you're doing better than them. Let them put in the same amount of work and they can get to where you are. Do you understand? It did happen fast for you, it looks like, but I feel like this has been your whole life working up to this. Just like me. I'm not saying you weren't doing anything, but I wasn't doing anything. Until I fell into this community because this is where I was meant to be at this time. And it did happen very fast because I had a big connection that I just connected with. But I've heard people say some really horrible things about me that weren't true. Some, like bad rumors that could not only destroy my career and reputation, but my life, and that's just people. Yeah, if she doesn't want to team up with someone who looks good, it's her loss. Well, yeah, I mean, I knew it immediately when I said, oh, hi, I'm Gemma. And she just started looking in the mirror and I said, oh, boy, okay. I make her uncomfortable. Here we go.
And I'm there typing the Gemma.
And he texted me immediately. Yes, Miss Heather, go do your schoolwork, sweetie. Let us know how that's going, by the way. As far as that share weight, it's a mess, but I don't care. Okay, I haven't yet. Like, people have been asking me, and I've just been like, she'll come out with it when she's ready. Because God forbid I should say something like that, and like, you don't want me to. Do you know what I mean? I know a lot of people's secrets, but I pride myself on keeping them. Yeah, right. I know you do. And I think if people that watch everything I do put two and two together, they will too. It's unfortunate, but everything I'm shuffling. And Edna, I am using your favorite deck, the Angels and Ancestors. Oh, here we go. The Medicine Guardian. Hey, Jeff, let me know if you want a reading this time. You never get one, but I'm just saying if you want one, we could bump you up if you're busy. Thank you for coming in. I was really upset last week. I got John Hudson's Christmas card back. In the end of June, I got his Christmas card back. Like, I got the wrong address, I guess. I think he had moved, and like, we're not the best of friends, so I didn't know. And I'm like, dude, I got your Christmas card back. He's like, just now? Yeah. Yeah, they do. And I think Max Stacks, the thing with that is that when people are having a bad day, they don't want to see someone doing better. They don't want it. Like that video I did where it's like, why did the computer get cold? Because it left its windows open. Or you can't feel your tongue when you smile. Haha, look at you, so cute. People are like, I didn't effing smile because I hate you. And I'm just like, I'm sorry. There's always going to be those people because they see me. I'm I'm okay to look at. I'm easy on the eyes, right? I'm happy. I'm bubbly. I'm not like that 24/7, but it's my job to bring hope as well. I'm not going, sure, I share with you guys. Yeah. But I'm not going to like do a whole live stream of me complaining about my life. That's not helping anyone. If you want to connect with me outside of the stream, that's great. But so what they see is this happy, bubbly, good looking person. So obviously I've got to be a fraud of some kind or a fake. And it's just the way people are right now. The world will shift, guys. It will shift, and it's coming, a major shift, and we are going to feel it the most. And medicine guardian. Why did I pull the medicine mother? Seriously? Oh, here we go. Okay. I love this color green. It's my favorite color. Listen to what is coming up within you and what is being shared with you by trustworthy others in your life. Pay attention to healing information. Healing angels can help you heal emotionally, spiritually, and physically with their energy, but they can also direct you towards information that will help you return to wholeness. When this card appears, information is being revealed that can help heal an aspect of your current situation, whether that be your health, relationships, or even career. So be on alert for it. Edna, the medicine guardian, has a catechist, and I don't know how to say that. You're welcome, Heather, which is a healing wand, which represents the capacity to heal with the power of will and desire, and a chalice, which represents returning to a state of wholeness, a state where your cup is no longer full, but overflowing with goodness. The emerald color of the card represents the healing rays of Archangel Raphael and his healing angels. You are being exposed to information and insights that will have a dramatic healing effect upon your life. If you are working through something mentally or emotionally, know that there are spiritual energies supporting your healing. If you are working through something that is physically challenging, pay particular attention to information that's coming to you that feels inspired, insightful, and warm. It will be supportive of your wellness. Your angels are here to remind you that your natural state is one of wholeness, and you are on the road to revealing that wholeness once more. Remind me after Anna's reading, if you can, to announce August's members winners of the free reading. I was just going to say one of them is so-and-so, and then I completely forgot who the person was. Oh, and that's why it popped into my head. Okay. Paranormal Pixie, we can go through that. I have all day Sunday to work, and I do have like a very tight schedule. But if you wanted to get together for like a half hour, 45 minutes over like a video chat, I can help you with that. I only know how to do straight, simple edits. If you guys can tell, I still, because it's just me, I haven't learned how to like add video or audio. I really want to do reactions, and I think I figured out how to do that from TikTok, but I don't know if I could bring the TikToks over to YouTube, but I can help you figure that out. It's an app. It's an editing app, or you can just film the videos, and if we find a way for you to send them to me, I can edit them, or, you know, as long as they're not like 2 hours long, you give me like a 45-minute video, half hour, 45-minute video or less. I can get that edited for you within a couple of days and post it if you wanted it on the channel. I would be okay with that. All you would have to do is film it, and we would just have to find a way for you to be able to send it to me. Let's do that, because that would be great. That's more content for me, more exposure for you, and more Lyra for the people. That would be awesome. I still use my Android S23 Ultra to film. I don't have any, I mean, I have fancy cameras, but I don't know how to use them. So, okay. And I feel like there's something unexpected coming in regards to your physical health. Not in a bad way. This is something good. I feel like there's something that you thought was going to go wrong, or that you like legit weren't expecting this good news. So for instance, say the doctors told you that like forever you're going to walk with a limp because your right knee, this is what's wrong with it. And then all of a sudden you wake up one day and your right knee, you can walk perfectly with it, right? It's not a big thing. I don't see like this big, amazing physical undertaking happening with your health, but I do see like a few little things that are changing for the better that you're not aware of. They're like periphery injuries. I mean, you're aware of them, but you're not aware that they're healing in this way. So what the universe is telling you is to pay, in the next week or two, pay more attention to your body, okay? Pay more attention to what feels right, what doesn't feel right. Pay attention to... Also, I would say pay attention. I'm seeing like your doctors are telling you something like bad news, but it's going to turn out to not be the case. And it's not really that they made a mistake. It's just that you're spiritually healing and growing in that way. And that is physically healing these things. Again, it's not like an overworking of your entire physical state, but it's more like your spiritual healing is healing these small injuries. So don't take, especially in the next week or two, anything your doctor says to you that's negative about your physical situation, any injuries or anything wrong with you at all, like right to heart, because I don't think that whatever this is going to manifest. I feel like it's just a be cautious about this because this could happen. Only the way it's being presented to you is as though it's like a definite, absolute thing. Who is texting me during stream? It's okay, mommy. I'm streaming right now. No, that is actually Val Kilmer. Do you remember you had a huge crush on him? That's what he looks like now. Come into the stream if you want. Love you.
Yeah, he looks rough now.
My mom used to have this amazing crush on Val Kilmer to the point when she was like 40, she hung pictures of him from Teen Bop magazines on her wall. I sent her a picture and said, tell me who this is. She said David Caruso. I'm not making fun of him. I was shocked too because when he did Batman, he was a very good-looking man. Ryan, don't leave without a reading either. Who's next?
He's next.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, you can tag yourself, Ryan. It does happen.
Ryan, you're so sweet. I just adore you. Your friend Ashley Facebook messaged me and asked me if I wanted to come on her podcast. So if you want to text me tomorrow, that would be great. You are allowed to text me whenever you want. I told you that. I'm going to use the Vampire Oracle for you, my brother. Ryan Reynolds. I hear he's kind of a jerk in real life, though. It might have been a while ago because I don't go through Facebook messages because of the stuff I read to you guys. That is all it is. It's just horrific things said about me, to me. You're so sweet, Max. I adore you guys too. You guys are really special to me. So I just went in and I didn't look at the date, but I did get back to her. And I was like, that would be fine with me. I would love to. And I gave her my email address. I don't think I gave her my phone number, but just in case maybe she changed her mind because it could have been a while ago. Gary Oldman's Dracula. This is one of my favorite decks because I have an obsession with finding real vampires, not the people who drink blood like as a hobby or like as a lifestyle. I'm talking about the real creatures of darkness, like true blood vampires. When I read for myself, I use this deck a lot of the time. It doesn't really work. I don't get as much as I get for you guys, but at least I get like something. Mike J, thank you. I think a lot of it is. I do. I try to keep telling myself that. The past couple months, I just don't have time to be upset about what random strangers on the internet say about me behind their keyboard. That's why I don't put my kid, my youngest kid on YouTube or like I don't. I may talk about him, but like you will very, very rarely see him. And that's only if he jumps into the video. And if he does, I always put comments off. I think it's happened like 3 times. And I put comments off because he's a little kid and people are cruel. There she is. There's mommy dearest. Yeah. So, Mom, that was Val Kilmer. Sorry to break your heart. All right, Ryan, you got the card of faith. Trust, unwavering, and confidence. The belief that something will take place or is right or is a particular way can be called faith. Faith is quiet and hopeful, often offers contentment and calm. It is not bravado, and it need not insist on rightness. Faith is something we have too, and we observe it in the best of those we call humans, the warm-blooded ones of whom you are. It is a beautiful gift that you humans have to be believers in this gentle, quiet way. Faith is not always beautifully expressed. Faith is a loving, amazing quality, but it must be attached to something that's worthwhile. When this card arrives at your door, it's best to examine what it is you have faith in. What is faith to you? Were you taught faith as a child, and did you lose faith at any point in your life? For you are often taught to believe in things that do not deserve your faith. It may now be time to relearn what it is you have enduring constant hope for, and what you know will come to be, even if your eyes may never see it. And we know about faith, the persistent notion that all will be well in time. For we live with this faith. Without it, we would be dead inside. The human spirit has faithfulness at its core, at its best. To have faith is to remain loyal, but in a truly heartfelt way, tender, moving, and full of grace. Your faith may soon return to you. Choose wisely in what you place this gift of faith. Blessing, your faith returns and you feel a true connection and comfort in your choices and plans. They are supported by the energy of the universe. Curse, feeling jaded and hurt by something you've learned. You have lost some of your enthusiasm and some of your innocence. Working with this card, if you have lost faith in a person, project, or humanity itself, it's time to examine the source of that faith. Know that it can be revived, and this time you may choose where you place this most beautiful and tender of faith. You've been deceived. You've been betrayed in some way. It's like you thought something was some way. You thought, things were going to go a certain way, whether romantically, with your job, with hobby. Like there's something here that you were very, very let down. And I feel like the thing that I'm seeing is you, and it's so funny because I'm literally seeing your image going, so you were obviously very shocked and like dismayed by whatever this was. And I do feel like it involves at least one other person. Now, what this card is saying, and especially for the next week or two, is like, be careful in giving that faith back to this person or putting it back into this situation, because you already saw where placing faith in this spot will bring you. Now, sometimes the universe will say it's okay to replace your faith. That was a mistake, or that wasn't supposed to happen. This was supposed to happen to pull your energy away from what and or whoever this is. It's not simpatico. It doesn't belong together. I feel like, so say this is a job, a day job, right? I feel like deep down inside, that like you're not going to last forever with this job. But say it's an amazing job and you feel good every day when you go to it, even though underneath it all, there's something that's not quite right. But you're going with the motions for as long as you can. I remember a relationship that I thought was going to be the end all and be all of relationships in my life. I was so happy. And Spirit kept saying, enjoy it while it lasts. I knew it was going to be horrific in the long run. But because I was so happy in the moment, I completely ignored the messages knowingly. And that's what the universe is asking you not to do here. No matter how much you feel like you can ignore what you feel deep down inside, and you can forgive what's already been done. Forgiveness is wonderful, but remember, it's for you. It's not for reunification. Ryan, I would caution you to stay away from what and or whoever this is, however you're involved. So if it's a romantic partner, maybe y'all can still be friends. I really don't. I'm just seeing you withdrawing your energy. And I feel like that's because this person is sorry, or that, if they even took accountability. But I feel like if they did, it was only because they didn't want to lose control. You're someone who's kind, tender, giving, compassionate. You're what is the word I'm looking for? Faithful, but like you're attentive, right? They didn't want to lose that. They've got their marionette strings ready to go, and they want to pop their little Ryan on it. Please. I know it's going to be hard because I feel like this is something really important to you, like close to your heart. And I feel like you might be thinking, just say it's romantic, and I'm not saying it is, because it's the best example I can give. You're like, yeah, but Gemma, then I'm going to have no feeling of romantic love. Then I'm going to have no sex, then I'm going to have no comfort. But wouldn't you rather have those things from yourself? not the, I really screwed that up. Wouldn't you rather be attentive and comforting to yourself as you learn and grow, rather than have this false sense of comfort where the bottom could fall out at any moment and you know it? So you're walking around, even if you're doing it unknowingly, with a perpetual lump in your throat. There is no hope for this situation. The person is toxic. And I'm sorry to be the bringer of that. So if this is a boss, I'm not saying you got to quit your job today and like run off, but definitely in the next week or two, start figuring things out, because if you allow this energy back into your life and you don't completely separate, it's not going to end well for you. So don't go into something that's not going to end well. I also feel like this person is going to bring a lot of drama, whether you attach or disconnect. This person is just like drama, 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 neon signs flashing, drama, drama, drama. And they're going to like bring you and everyone you know into it. Really tighten your circle up and let people know what's going on, so that like your best friend doesn't get a phone call of like all this bad nonsensical things about you, that they're like, hey, why did so-and-so say this? Like I'm hearing it in my head, these comments, and you're like, what? Make sure you have to warn people. This is a weird message, my brother, but I hope that you understand it, and I hope that you act accordingly, because you're an amazing person. You can find love easily. This is Ryan's. Mom, are you still here? Let me know if you want a reading, okay? I know you don't want to talk and chat. My mom just woke up. She's probably not feeling chatty, but she's listening. Don't think she's being rude. By the way, her birthday is the 18th. We're going to be streaming on the 19th, so maybe I'll have her come in. And my mom and possibly Damien, but definitely my mom, we're going to do a live show. She's going to talk about her experiences as a healer, not being a non-embracing healer. So she is a healer, but she doesn't use it. All right, Mom, give me a minute or two and we'll squeeze you in for sure. Well, you know what, Wendy Williams, I feel like there's like 3 or 4 people in here that are like, oh, this is definitely Ryan's. And I got to be honest, I know a tiny bit about his personal situation, but not much. And even I felt it. I'm like, okay, I know what I'm talking about, but I try to detach what I know and just bring through what is. I'm here for you if you ever need anything. Absolutely.
Okay, we're going to do Smoochie, then we'll do Mom, and then we'll do Wendy Williams.
Very cool. Smoochie girl. I'm going to use the Wonderlands Oracle. My mom is an amazing cook, and she taught me. My mom is one of 11. So yes, Ghost Dragon knows. It's so funny. Every time he comes to visit, my mom sends him home with like platters of leftover food for his dad, his son, the dog.
And it gets eaten so fast.
Yeah, I remember he was home for like 3 hours and he messaged my mom and he's like, thanks for the food, Mom. It was gone within like the first hour I was here. Hi, Karma. Those possum earrings. Smoochie, I've got some possum stuff actually coming for you. I'm just waiting for it to get here. Do you remember, Mom, in the mall? I was telling you about those possum earrings. Guys, just remember, my mom might not be too chatty. She just woke up. Smoochie, I got you. Ever since I mentioned the word possum, my phone has been showing me all these possum items on like Temu. So and I'm like, okay, I've got to get a little box together for the smooch. Yeah, and he will, because right beyond this, I see the energy of like the person, or let's say situation, because I don't want to out anybody's business. Like, if it were romantic, the person he's meant to be with is right beyond this. So if he stays stuck in it, you know what I mean? It's going to be like all of this nonsense that he doesn't need to go through for however many years. Let's end this violently in 5 years. Like, no, like, let's do it now and then slowly work your way towards that person that is meant for you. That's going to reciprocate your energy 100%, because that's what you deserve. Lucky Ghost. My mom's one of 11, so she always cooks for an army, but that's how she taught me how to cook. And she is such a good cook that they're like, we don't throw food away.
No, she just sends it home with me. If she could, she'd probably mail it to me.
We would. Bat Mom, absolutely. But please remind me when I do your reading, I'll do hers, if that's okay.
That's a lot easier that way.
Julie Girl hasn't been in. I'm a little worried. I just don't have time to reach out. You don't know my schedule right now. Every spare second I get, I have to work. Gone 3 is almost done, but I have to have time to write it. I write for MP&M. That's like my only actual money coming in besides donations. And I'm also, thank you, Miss Bat Mom. I'm also, I'm still doing once a week videos. I really appreciate that. One of 13. Yeah, they had big families back then. All right, Miss Smoochie, let's do this. That is so awesome. Thank you so much, Batmom. Get the gabagool. Exactly. You got to do this. Madam. Tony Soprano always reminds me of my stepdad. They looked very much alike, down to that one tooth, like the missing tooth. They had the same exact missing tooth, same hairline, same body type. Like he looked. One day I'll bring a picture for you guys. I need to borrow 10. Smoochie, you got clock time, pressure, in a rush, card number 14, but you got it in the reverse shadow. Mark Halstead, waiting patiently. I didn't read for Mark yet, so he should be up soon, right? Because I know he gets really tired. All right, Miss Smoochie. Oh, my ears and whiskers, how late it's getting. We are a long way from seasonal time, from the ebb and flow of tides, the cycles of the moon, the rise and set of the sun. Instead, we, like the white rabbit, have watches and clocks which tick and tick to mark the passing of every second. There are times when you need to move quickly, when you have appointments, deadlines, or important responsibilities that need to be completed. When you are amidst such activities, you will be consumed with them. You may become anxious, short of breath, hurried, and rushed. It may seem that you need to move faster than other people need to. This can lead to stressful, heart-racing moments, and when you are reactive like this, you are less capable than when you are focused, calm, and clear. Even though it is true that you must meet a deadline, you must take a moment to slow down so you can attend to your responsibilities. You are in the midst, Smoochie, of a whirlwind. Be the calm, the eye of the storm. Put to rest the urge to worry, to fret, to rush until your work is done, and the need to impress those you wish to please. Work carefully, clearly, with focus and intent. See a sunrise, bathe in moonlight, notice the leaves changing color, and you will work faster than if you hurry and get caught up in a worry. There's no need to rush. Just look as if you are taking your work as seriously as it deserves. Pull back, stay calm, have a plan, stick to it, and all will be well. This in the reverse means refusing to meet a deadline, procrastination and avoidance, feeling overwhelmed with responsibilities, giving up on dreams, making no progress, being too slow, staying still when movement is needed. Yeah, it's like you don't want to move forward because you fear the result. So I don't know if it's success or failure here or if it's something different. I feel like in the back of your head, you know you shouldn't be wasting time. And at the same time, you're not wasting time. You're just putting so much time, effort, and energy into things, secondary things, right? I feel as though it's like you're racing against the clock, Smoochie, with this procrastination because you know the end result of something and you don't want it to happen. I see you more as like slowing, like you're keeping yourself distracted with all these things instead of focusing on the one thing that should matter most. Does that make sense? Like you're not wasting time. You're absolutely doing things that need to be done. But what can you cut out that isn't as important as, say, spending time with family or, doing something to make a dream come true, or all of these little things are becoming distractions, right? They're becoming distractive mechanisms because you don't want to face the reality of a certain situation. And the universe is saying, like, you can do that all you want, but the end result's going to be the same. And then what are going to be your regrets? Maybe I shouldn't have done the yard. I should have spent time with so-and-so. Or maybe I shouldn't have, did the yard. I should have given that advice I was asked for because now the person took someone else's advice and is off the rails, right? You are needed, particularly and specifically you, Smoochie Girl. You are needed by someone in a particular situation. And I'm feeling this feeling of I just keep hearing it sucks. It sucks. It sucks. I don't want to do this. I can't do this. I cannot do this. But the universe is saying if you stop and pull out all of the outside influence, all of the background noise, and just focus on what's actually happening, right? Say this had to do with your husband. I'm not saying it does. It'll resonate with you. He's really sick. So you're worried about that. But instead of spending more time with him because you're concerned about, is he going to be here in 6 months? you're mowing the yard. Do you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying it's about your husband. I'm just trying to put it in terms of like what I'm seeing and hearing. It's major. So I'm trying to break it down as best I can for you. Stop distracting yourself and start being present in the moment in your life. Because if not, there is something coming that you are going to have regrets. There are going to be major regrets, and they're going to take you down. Be present in the moment. Be aware of your emotional vibration. If it gets overwhelming, walk away, take a breath, and put on your big girl pants and do what you need to do. You are going to regret whatever this is months from now, or maybe years, but it will come. Karma, let us know if you want a reading, okay? By the way, welcome. Mom, I'm going to do the Oracle of the Radiant Sun. This is for my mom. Thank you, everyone who's letting her cut. She hates cutting, by the way. She tells me not to do it. She's like, it makes me uncomfortable. And I'm like, you're literally my mom. It's okay if I do a reading for you. So I appreciate everyone who is going to be one reading behind, because I'm reading for my mom. Wendy, I tend to like rage clean, or like, you're welcome, mommy. I love you. Or like, you know, when I'm procrastinating, when I'm upset, I tend to like, you know, I'm moving the beds and vacuuming behind them for the first time in 6 months. I am, you know, Cloroxing down like the dishwasher. I do like rage clean. Doesn't have any big girl pants. Well, Mike J, you better go get you some. Let me shuffle this one more time. Karma, it's funny because I was being trolled earlier, and when you came in, I saw your name and I thought you were in here to troll me. I hope you're not. It's not the first time I've been called a heartless B word, but it is the first time I didn't deserve it. We have to be careful in this community. It's happened a lot. My mom was also a great cook. I'm thinking roast beef, slow cooked with carrots and potatoes and served with homemade mashed potatoes. I cooked that exact meal in the crock pot. Actually, no, it wasn't roast beef. It was pot roast. On Sunday, I think it was Sunday. Yeah, Sunday night, I cooked a roast. It took like 10 hours. Yeah. Mom, uh-oh. Let me find out, Mom. You got... Hold on, I got to see what this symbol means. Thank you, Miss Wendy. That's very sweet. I've never had anyone get upset about it. Mom, you got Jupiter in Scorpio, which is the card of manipulation. I made shake and bake pork chops with Goya rice and green beans tonight. Mom, Jupiter Scorpios expand and develop their lives through deep and passionate interest in psychology and mysticism, by which they explore the hidden secrets of life. The Jupiter Scorpios' passion for life's deeper subjects could develop into, a strong interest in such things as life after death, reincarnation, and spiritualism. No duh. Legal work or business may attract them, and they could gain from other people's finances, either through assistance or speculation. The ability to see and help develop other people's talents gives Jupiter Scorpio personality good possibilities in counseling or some kind of management work. People with this planet sign aspect have the ability to discover other people's secrets, whether for altruistic or selfish reasons, and their magnetic and penetrating powers can be used almost hypnotically to achieve their objectives. Positively, Jupiter Scorpios could find themselves with the responsibility for helping others with their deepest problems, and this planet sign combination can produce the devoted entrepreneur who supports and encourages prodigies with unfailing work. On the other hand, these are people who can persuade and seduce with their enormous charisma, leading others into whatever they desire. Mom, I'm sorry, but this does sound like you in your younger days. Sorry. In a reading, this card may warn that one is following a false or manipulative person. Scorpio's natural rulership of the 8th house shows a benefit from an inheritance or some sort of heirloom. Seriously, Mom? Did you hear what I just said? An inheritance. A difficult legal problem, persuasive promotion or propaganda for a person or project, detective work to prize out someone's secret. So, Mom, there is a lot here. I will say you might, I would say in the next couple of months. Okay. I'm not going to say in the next week or two, but in the next couple of months, you could be coming upon some information about the inheritance, about, that situation. I feel like this is saying, like, be careful who you talk to in the next couple weeks about that. I know, and like the people that you surround yourself with are very few, right? So you would only be talking to like your closest family members. Just be careful when you're talking about that particular situation of like who's within hearing distance. I just feel like it would be bad for like someone else to find out that like you're looking into something like that, or like you're expecting an inheritance like that. I just get an icky feeling. I just see like someone eavesdropping, right? And trying to think of how they can like get involved to help you to get something for themselves. And I have an idea of who this is. I'm not going to say it. I'm sure you do too. Don't let anyone get involved that you don't 1,000,000% trust isn't out to take some of the money. I think you already know that, but you also have an issue with, and this is not a judgment because I inherited it from you, with telling people like you're full of poop. I don't trust you enough to allow you to be involved in this. Like, I just feel like you just want to be nice. You don't want the drama anymore. You just go with the flow. But going with the flow in this situation, as it pertains to the inheritance thing, don't let too many people in on that. Just like personal details, because I do feel like something's coming up. Like by the end of the summer, that might be solved or on the way to finally being solved. Now, in a different regard, this card is talking about people opening up to you, right? And really giving you a lot of emotion and a lot of like what they're going through. You're just one of those people, and I am too, that like random strangers want to tell you their life stories, right? And I've seen that happen with you, and it's happened with me. And we've actually been accosted, particularly by old men, no offense to the old guys in here, where they just are so drawn to us for conversation. What this card is saying is in the next week or two, make sure you really listen when someone's telling you they're struggling or having a hard time, because I feel like the situation's a lot more serious than you think it is. And this doesn't mean you have to do anything like to help them or anything, but I just feel like make a mental note of what this person's saying. So this would be like somebody, you're talking to them, asking how they're doing, and they're telling you, I'm so depressed, I want to delete myself. And you don't take that seriously, and then they end up doing it. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that's what's going to happen. I'm using it as an example. I feel like there's somebody who just needs to get it out. And I feel like for you, unfortunately or fortunately, depending how you look at it, you're the person they're going to turn to just kind of trauma dump on. And I just feel like make sure that you're consistently letting them know that like they're not alone. Somebody needs your support in the next couple of weeks. And I know you'll give it because I know how you are. Just pay attention to like someone telling you things aren't fine. Like maybe get more information. I feel like a lot of the time, like me, I don't really like talking on the phone. I don't mind if someone complains to me about something, but like, I don't want to get involved. I feel like this is something that like you need to know. I don't know, because of something that might happen in the future. Like you may need to come back and be like, no. Before all this person told me this. Do you know what I'm saying? I hope that makes sense because it didn't really make sense in my head.
Wendy's
I love shake and bake for pork. I used to always overcook it because I'd be afraid that the pork wasn't going to. But my mom told me, she's like, don't overcook it because you can always cut it open and see if it needs to cook more. But if you overcook it, you can't uncook it. So the past 3 times I've made them, they've been so good. Okay, who's next?
Wendy. We're picking on each other. We're all picking on Ryan.
My mom said, I like talking to elderly people. They need someone to talk to. It's something I will always do, lend an ear. Yeah. My mom, my sister, Christy, both my sisters, actually, it's like the same way. Always the elderly, men and women. My best friend for like 5 years was a 93-year-old woman. I would just go to her house and sit and have crackers and marmalade with her and go to the bank with her and go home so that she didn't take money out alone. And she was so spunky. People would be like, oh, who's this? Are you her minder, her caregiver? And my friend Marie would be like, yeah, I got to keep a close eye on her. Yeah.
Is that why she's so nice to me?
Marie died. I don't.
No, I was talking about your mom talking to old people.
Oh, I was like, Marie died, unfortunately.
No.
Okay. What do I want to use for you? Let's do Dark Goddess. You can hustle with the side business. Doing good for others will help you in them more than you can imagine. Yeah, we're just always like the ears, as you guys can imagine, especially me. Like, I always have to tell you guys, like, I'm not ignoring you. I just have an issue with time and like my personal life. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not in the best position to be able to take phone calls as a part of my job, and I don't have a lot of time to just chat. I am setting up video readings again and video calls. I have people call like with spirit asking me about spiritual stuff, but I will be charging for those, and they will be a bit pricey because they take a lot of energy and time. But, you know, if I build it, they will come. Hi, Doug. Welcome. Can't be drunk and cooking. I've done that before. I remember cooking a steak while drunk, and my ex-boyfriend pulled the thing out of his shoe, and he's like, "You just put this on my plate with garlic on it." Chris goes, "I like talking to the elderly too. I just look in the mirror and gab away." A lot of the memes that I reshare that were like, I shared this last year, I shared that last year, they come from you. It's always Chris Jarvis. Like the one about the patriotism I shared today. They're like, "Oh, happy Independence Day, traitors." And it's like, only a traitor if you lose. That was yours. Okay, so Wendy, you got the Baba Yaga, and she's an interesting character. She's like a big villain, but she's not really. I mean, she is, but I kind of am endeared to her because I get where she's coming from. So let's take a look at this. It is the card of loss. Yesterday, I don't know if y'all saw the pictures. Initially, I had my hair in pigtails. And my little guy was like, "Mommy, you look beautiful. I like your hair like that." And then he goes, "Actually, you look just like grandma." And the good thing is, I don't mind looking like my mom, but that conversation could have went really bad if I did, right? Wendy. Lost within a forest dark, borrowing others' light and spark, no need to steal to be seen. Find your way and shine supreme. By the power of the dark goddess in me, protection in place, blessed be. Every time you steal somebody's thunder, you are taking away their moment that they've earned. Trying to win praise for oneself by preempting someone else's attempts to impress is a completely fake way to receive adulation. The Baba Yaga knows what it is to be without love and understands that you sometimes need to steal the limelight in order to be noticed. However, the Baba Yaga does not look kindly on those who have more than they need in life, and she will take from those who don't appreciate what they have. Do you really want the Baba Yaga to teach you a hard lesson in understanding loss? Don't jump to conclusions, because I think I'm pretty sure there's someone else's energy around you. Then start to appreciate what really does matter in life. Give praise where it's due and learn to cherish who you are. Baba Yaga offers to lead you out of the dark forest that ensnared you for a while. Spend time connecting with the forest. You have lost sight of who you are. Something that has been lost to you will return. Don't lose faith. Stop trying to seek attention. You aren't using all of your true potential. Something is being hidden from you. So open your eyes. No, what this is saying is you are walking in darkness. I do feel a sense of acting out. And I don't know if this is your energy or someone else's, where they are feeling unseen, unheard, maybe unloved and unwanted, and they're behaving in a way that normally they wouldn't. Right? So again, I don't know if this is you or another person. I'm going to read it as though it's you, but it might resonate as someone else because the way I'm seeing the energy is weird. They might be feeling this way about you, or you might be feeling this way about them. Either way, I feel like what this person needs to do is just say what's on their minds. And like, if it's you, let the other person know. The way they react to this is going to be like, okay, say it's a romantic relationship, right? I don't know much about you, so it's a little hard for me to put the pieces together. But let's say this is your energy and it's a romantic situation. If you open up to this person and you say, look, I feel really, and you go to them, kindly, no yelling and screaming, just, I feel unseen, unloved. I have no voice. I feel really, unappreciated. Can you spend more time with me? And they say, okay. And then they don't. I also see like a third party situation. If it's not your romantic partner or a romantic partner, having another romantic partner, it could be like somebody else is involved here that has no business being involved. They're kind of stealing your thunder from the other person. They have the other person's attention. So this could be a boss at work that's making them work extra hard, or it could be a lover. Okay. I'm definitely seeing something or someone actually that does not belong in this. Like, this is bad enough the way you're feeling in this energy. You don't need more time and attention taken from you focused on someone else. You will find out what the problem is, why you're being made to feel this way, or why the other person's really feeling this way within the next 2 weeks. There is something big that's going to come out here. I want you to be prepared for it, because I feel like this is going to be make or break to what and or whoever this is. It's either going to bring you closer to this energy, or it's going to completely destroy it. Again, could be a third party, or could be this person says, you know what, I am working too much. In that scenario, somebody is feeling very neglected. You have to tell them, if it's you, see how they respond. If I've done this, I've gone for, years and told the person I'm dying inside. You are destroying my soul. And they're like, yeah, all right. And then they continue with the same behavior. It is devastating to know that you are not cared about at all. Is it worth destroying it? Whatever the secret is, might be. It depends on the dynamic. Some people are willing to forgive cheating or lying or gambling. There's some kind of vice here that I'm seeing. There you go. Maybe that's the vice that I'm seeing. A conversation needs to be had, and there is information coming to you in the next 2 weeks that's going to make this a lot clearer, or like settle it in some way. And Wendy, sometimes we have to just walk away. Maybe you already know the secret. You got this. Either way, if that's how you feel, you need to pull your energy. You can't be half in and half out. Willow, you don't. You remove your energy, you move on, and you heal. And I'm not saying you do that like, I'm leaving you now, and you walk out and leave that second. It takes time. It's a process depending on your situation. But you don't. Forgiveness is one thing, but forgiveness, Willow, is for you. I've been in relationships, all types of abuse. Unfortunately, that was like my cross to bear in this lifetime, was just bad relationships. And one relationship I was in for like 10 years, the person legitimately, if I would say, can you take out the garbage? They say, yeah. Then they wouldn't take it out. I would say, can you be home at 5? And they'd say, yeah. And they'd come in at 8. No explanation, no apology. This went on for years and years. They never told me I looked pretty. They always criticized everything. I knew I was unloved. And I came eventually to a place of just radical acceptance that I am unloved. And then I started healing myself, doing the best for myself, creating this business and raising my son and doing the best I could in the situation I was in. But you do not keep putting your energy into people like that. They're savages. It's like walking up to someone who's ready to shoot a gun and jumping in front of the bullet over and over again. Apology without change is manipulation. Period. If he won't let you in, then you can't go in. All you can do, if you pray for him. If you don't pray and you don't believe in that, send him your energy, send him your love, and let him know you're there. You can't force your way in. When the time is right, you'll be let in, or you'll, again, detach. Willow, from the questions you're asking, I do feel like you're going through an awakening. I feel like you're in the dark night of the soul. You're in the shadow phase right now where you're going to lose so much that you never thought of losing, that you never thought, people you never thought wouldn't be there, and things in your life that you always thought you'd be doing. It's just all going to go to poop. It's the tower moment. You have to choose between jumping to your death or being crushed and dying. Not literally dying. Once you grow from this and learn the lessons, which could take years, it could take months, it depends how long you've been going through this, then you will come into awakening, a place of complete and total acceptance and understanding, and you'll be able to move on very well. Now, listen, what you should be doing, and this is not from me, this is from Spirit, what you need to be doing right now is focusing on how to be the best you could be. Focus inward. Okay, it's not selfish. It is not selfish to fill your cup up. All right, focus on you, work on you. And by the end of that, you will see where your priorities lie. And I guarantee you that once you start focusing on you and healing, your priorities will be a lot different, because your priorities will be more self-focused. And that is okay. I do realize all humans need love and affection. I feel bad. No, all humans do deserve love and affection. And if you're giving it, you deserve it. You're not the exception to that rule. Right, Wendy? You're not the exception to that rule. How much can you keep giving and giving and giving while someone's taking and taking and taking? It's okay to feel sorry for someone from a distance. You tried everything you could. Sometimes we have to love people from afar. And that's okay too. You're allowed to protect your energy from pain. Willow, I get it. Yeah, but the thing is, if somebody doesn't want to let you in, they're not gonna. So if you just start focusing on self, all of the right things, the right moments, the ideas, the downloads, the people, it will come to you. And I know it sounds super simple when I say it that way. It's not simple at all. It takes time and it's painful. But that's why you were led in here. And that's why Spirit came through so strong. Normally I'll answer a question and I move on. I'm getting like this whole storyline for you. This is your time to focus on Willow. Help your friend if he asks. But you have healing to do. Your priorities are not in order. You are not self-prioritizing. Again, no judgment or indictment. I'm just giving the messages. Who's next? If you want a reading, Willow, let us know. I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, hold on one second. Karma, Doug, and Willow. If you guys want a reading, let me know, because you're new. I can slide you in. But I have to do the next two people next.
Wendy, that would be
Jim
crazy.
And Mark.
I'm sorry, who and Mark?
Jim is first, then Mark.
Okay. Jim, I'm going to use the energy and Spirit. You're very welcome. You have a very overwhelming team here, not in a bad way. You have a lot of Spirit energy, a lot of energy of Spirit, I can't even talk, surrounding you that wants to help you. So I would suggest you get a reading, but I can't read for you unless you say it's okay, and you just have to wait a couple turns. You have a lot of Spirit here building you up and like rooting for you. You're in a dark night of the soul. A lot of us are. You are so welcome, Wendy. I'm so glad you came in. We missed you last week. You were a noticeable absence. Jim, let's see what we got. Come on, Spirit. Okay, that was too many cards. Guys, I love you all. Please don't forget to donate. PayPal, Cash App, if you can. Super Chats, Super Stickers. PayPal and Cash App, I get 100% of it immediately. If you do it through YouTube, that's okay too. I appreciate you. YouTube takes 49%, and I get it on the 21st. Bye, Latro. Thanks for coming in. Mark, you're so sweet. I love it. Vegas is 6 hours away, and the water is brown. All right. Okay, so Jim, you got Thought Vibrations, card number 23, my favorite number, by the way. Resonant choices and signature symbols, and you got it in the upright. Like a satellite in space, your mind is sending and receiving signals in every direction. The vibrations of your thoughts and beliefs never cease projecting and receiving. This is a very real energetic influence on what you attract and manifest, a powerful force in your present and future happiness. It's easy to say that your cognitive patterns create your reality, but how much do you really think about your ongoing thought process? This card is telling you that you now have the power to bring much more positivity and self-love into your thinking. In fact, your mental power is growing more than ever. Consciously send out clear and attractive signature signals, and the world will return your loving messages to you. Affirmation: I always have power over my thoughts. I release negative thinking and choose to trust in my resourcefulness and to have faith in my soul. I feel like a lot of the negativity that's surrounding you right now, regardless of what it is, and no judgment, not shaming you, you're bringing it on yourself accidentally. I feel like, and I always use this as an example. So when you focus on, say finances, and I look at my accounts and I'm like, I have no money. Like, what am I going to do? The universe matches that energy. You have no money. Okay. And the universe gives you that. Now, I know this is crazy, but I want you guys to understand it is absolute fact. You have to think, I am rich. The money just isn't in my account yet. And you have to do the same thing with love. And there will be people that will actually detach themselves from you because they think you're a lunatic. But at the same time, after you do this for so long and things keep happening for you, they're going to think you're lucky. You're going to be lucky, Jim. This takes a long time to train yourself. I'm currently working on it. I'm lucky enough to have a mentor that's willing to call me every day and remind me to control my thoughts, to think. I need every day someone to tell me this because I forget. I was worried about my son's birthday party because I lost that contract. I'm living on donations, but I never once was like, I'm not going to be able to get this party done, this gift. And I would look at my accounts and I'd be like, it's not there yet. And guess what? Someone donated randomly out of the clear blue sky every dime I needed to finish everything having to do with my son's party and gift. Because I knew in my head it was coming somehow. Not because this person told me. I hadn't, my point is, you have to fake it till you make it. Hi, Salvador. In the most extreme, ridiculous sounding way as possible. It only sounds ridiculous because we were trained out of this. If you can fake it till you make it, in the next week or two, focus on one thing you want to bring into your life. Walk around as though you have it. If you write in the journal. I met my soulmate today. Her name is Sarah. She has brown hair and green eyes. I met her while I was walking down the beach, and she's from Tennessee. Like, all of these details of this person, and the universe will match that person to you. Maybe not down to every detail, but close enough, because your soul knows who you're looking for. You just have to be receptive to receiving the downloads and understand you're not losing your mind. This is happening. You are being called to shape your own reality. That's probably because my Wi-Fi was so wonky in the beginning. Salvador, so good to see you. Ralph and Kathy Francis, awesome.
Mark is next.
All right, Sir Mark. Mark, let's use the Divine Circus. She's in Colorado right now. I used to know when I was in middle school, a girl named Jasmine, and she had black hair and green eyes, and it was natural. And I just love green eyes. I thought she was the most beautiful thing in the world. You're welcome, Jim. Thank you. All right, Mark, let's see. Guys, the Susan Powell case is going to be crazy. I got really angry writing it. I'm going to try when I film it on Sunday to not put that emotion out there, but that case, I don't know if y'all know it. The wife went missing, and they knew the husband did something. Then the father ended up being a child pornographer, And then the dad got so fed up with like CPS that he blew the house up with the kids in it. They never found her. The dad's dad died. The dad died. She's still missing. The other brother deleted himself because he was involved. Dude, it's crazy. All right, Mark, you got card number 28, the Sacred Fool. There is much to be said for common sense, practicality, and a grounded approach, especially with spiritual matters and creating a life that fulfills your dreams. But if you are really going to live, love, thrive, and create this lifetime to be original, then you're also going to need to be willing to run the risk of being seen to be the fool. Some people will call you stupid, naive, foolish, and delusional if you dare to dream and follow that dream in all the ways you can possibly imagine. If you refuse to give up, even if others tell you that if it hasn't happened by now, it's never going to happen, I hear that all the time, then they might say you're a child, silly, disconnected from what their idea of the real world is, blah. Don't listen to them. They don't understand that the power of the fool is the power of truth. In the court, the fool was the only one the king would trust and ask for advice. Why? Because he was allowed to speak the truth where others would try to make politically smart choices to win them power and favor. The fool just called a spade a spade. When the fool in you speaks, it's to tell you something true. Mark, it might seem inconvenient, frightening, or exciting. It might turn your world upside down or inspire you with greater happiness and faith. It's not your job to reason it away or to say it's too difficult or too dangerous or potentially deluded to act upon that truth. It's your job to remember that the game of life can only be won if you're willing to take the risk and play it. So when the sacred fool is part of your hand, listen up, take that chance now. And forget about what other people think. Instead, listen to yourself and live true to you. This is a really deep card. I feel like recently, Mark, you may feel stuck, stale, and stagnant in a certain area. I feel like you're thriving in this area, but then you're like, you want to take stuff to the next level and you feel like you can't. There's something here that you want to take higher. You want to be more involved, or you want to get more involved with, or you want to do more for, maybe put more time or effort into, maybe because you feel like you're physically, you can't. You can. There's something here that's going to come to you in the next week or two, if it hasn't come to you already, an idea that you're so excited about, but you're also like disappointed because you feel like it's never going to happen. You have all the reasons in your head why it's not going to work, why you can't do it, why it won't end well. The universe is saying, kind of just like I said to Jim, well, you're making it that way by putting those thoughts out there. If you really want to do this, and whatever this opportunity is, even if it's something you create, like you decide you want to go mountain climbing, I'm just using that as an example, or if someone offers you to go mountain climbing, and it's something you've always wanted to do, your thoughts are the reason that you are unable to do it. And you may be like, Gemma, that's not possible with my physical health. When there's a will, there's a way. The universe is telling you it is possible. So something you never dreamed of being offered, or something you never dreamed of doing, is being presented to you in the next couple of weeks, if it hasn't been already. If it has already, you are overthinking it and you're putting this negativity out there, not on purpose. You're doing it because, well, the ego, the edging got out the fear, but more because you've been trained to think that's not possible for someone like me to do that. As soon as that thought hits you, I want you to go for it. Period. Obviously, I shouldn't have to say this, but I kind of do. Don't put yourself in danger or take dangerous risks where you're going to end up hurt. But whatever happens, you're going to learn a really important lesson. And the lesson is the point. Who's next?
Nut slap if he's still here. I mean, we can do a timestamp for him.
I'll read for him anyway, because he's in and out. I think he's at work. I'm going to use Deep, Dark, and Dangerous for Nut Slap. You guys are so sweet. I love being here with you all. I really do. The other day I was doing personals, and I lost my voice for the personals. I told you he was here. So it's like something didn't want me to get the messages out. And one of them was really important, life-changing. Okay, all right, you got the fetch. Card number 37, it is a dangerous card. It's the Mirror. Nut slap. There are different parts of yourself that can do different tasks. Look for the real self within the shadow. What you see in the mirror may not always be true. Society can sometimes dictate what your appearance should be to fit into social norms. Discard the ideal if it doesn't fit or benefit you. I know I'm going to get some poop for this, but I was in Walmart and the woman that was like checking the receipts, she didn't smile. She looks mean AF. And she had eyeliner on that had all upside down crosses going all over her face. She had on a dog collar. I was uncomfortable with my son being exposed to that. And then I knew I was getting old. I knew it. Yeah. I feel like this reading Nutslap is connected to Mark's and Jim's. I feel like there's a theme in these three readings. When I was a child, my grandmother, who still carried with her the stories of Ireland, told me about a fetch that had appeared to someone the family knew. A fetch in the Irish tradition is an unlikely appearance of someone's exact double, so a doppelganger. We often now refer to someone who looks like someone else as a doppelganger, which is of course the German term for a double. Apparently, a girl was out walking early one morning in her town and was astounded to meet another girl who looked exactly like her. This other girl had an excuse for being there and said she was from another city, and just as amazed to see her double as the girl in town. The first girl invited the second to have dinner with her family that night. She wanted to show this mystery girl to her family, knowing they would be amazed. She shared her address and gave her time, and they agreed to meet. When the girl returned home to get ready for work, she told her mother about what she had seen. Her mother, knowing the lore of the fetch, was of course very afraid. She begged the young woman not to go to work because she feared for her, and explained that this person she had met, who was a mirror image of her, may well bring the warnings of her own death. The young woman laughed about this and told her mother to expect this other young woman at dinner time. Neither girl would make it to the dinner. The young woman inexplicably collapsed on her way home and passed away. Her mirror image did not show for dinner. According to my gran and most of the Irish stories, fetches are not in themselves harmful, but a premonition of what's to come. They are spectral versions of the self, a kind of alter ego, if you will, or an extension of the soul. Irish mythos states that seeing a fetch in the morning means death, but seeing one at the end of the day means you have a long life ahead of you. In Irish mythos and also in the Norse, an alter ego who looks like the person but is not, or an animal that one shapeshifts into, is a way to connect with the gods and listen to what they have to say. The idea of a double or another part of the self that has different jobs or tasks is not unusual in these traditions. We are not what the mirror sees. We are so much more than that. Willow, if you'd like a card, let us know now so we can read for you next. Your plant companion is the mirror plant, which is Caprosma repens, and your crystal companion is pyrite. I almost wore my pyrite necklace tonight. So, Nutslap, you are definitely not seeing the signs. I feel like, not like you're being groomed, but I feel like, I don't know if someone's saying to you that you need to like change a certain thing in order to get something. So for instance, they're like, yeah, you know, you're never going to get the job if you have all those tattoos. I'm just using this as an example. So you decide not to get the tattoos that you wanted, but you end up not getting the job anyway. The thing is, don't listen to anyone but yourself. In the next couple of weeks, there are going to be offers and opportunities that are presented to you, or maybe downloads or ideas that come in that are going to be confusing for you. And like, you don't know which way to go. This is not a time to ask others for advice. It's a time to really, again, like I said to Willow before, you have to focus inward and figure out what is exactly right for you. Now, here's the reason this card really came up. In the next few months, as you look inward and as you spend more time with yourself, with your thoughts, the downloads, putting everything together and making things happen in your life, you're going to notice there are some people that pull their energy away from you. They are judgmental. They're not meant to be in your life anymore anyway. And this is how the universe is choosing to get rid of them, by you changing from the inside out. I'm actually really happy to see this card for you because it means that you're almost going to have no choice but to look inside of yourself and accept the changes that need to be made instead of procrastinating or feeling guilty because if you move to wherever you want to go, you're leaving this one behind. Like, the next few weeks have to be all about you, your wants, your needs, your desires. And that doesn't mean you have to put them on someone else. This is for you to work through, for you to figure out so that you can finally move into the next stage of your life and be where you're supposed to be. You're on the journey right now, but there is a destination. And you're going to be one step closer to taking it when you look inward in the next couple of weeks and realize that while it's nice to receive advice, you should be doing what you feel led to do, because there's a reason you feel led to do those things. Oh, God. My legs are asleep. Hold on.
Well, I guess Willow doesn't want a card, so we'll go ahead and do Max.
Okay, Max, give me a second. I got to shake out my legs. I like me. I do too. I'm one of those people that I like my own company. I'll take myself out to a movie. I'll take myself out to a nice dinner. You're welcome, sweetie. Max, let's see what we got. Max, for you, I am going to also use the Vampire Oracle. Max Stacks, one of my abusers, that happened to them too. They were 32 years old and they bent down to put the leash on their dog. And I mean, God forbid. I'm pretty boring too. But I like myself boring. I used to be insane. I've done enough, I prefer boring. I just want a nice, normal relationship, normal life. I'll cook, I'll clean, I'll take care of my son, and I'll work as much as I can. But I want love. I want playfulness. I want to go on vacations. I want to giggle in the kitchen making breakfast. I'm old fashioned in that way. Wow, that's crazy. He might have been 34. I can't remember. 2020, he was born in 84, 94, 2004, 2014. How old is that? If he was born in 84 and it happened in 2020. 36? He would actually have been 35 because his birthday hadn't happened yet. Yeah. Oh my God, your ex was 35. So born in 84, but it happened in 2020 before his birthday. 35. All right. Max, let's see. Behold, born in 84. I'm older than you. Ew. Oh, you got the anti-hero. Maverick, risk taker, rule breaker. That would be weird. After this, I do have to use the restroom. All right, Max, you got card number 18. You are doing a good thing, but it's unlikely you will wear the garland of the hero or be recognized for any real contribution to the greater good. You are not the kind of being who people acknowledge, and it has been this way for a long time. This is because most people are trained to recognize what looks good from appearances, the kind of jobs people have, and the way you humans walk and talk. And the person, the human being you are, is something that cannot be identified and classified simply, but the truth is that you have done a very good thing. You are a safe person, a good person, and we can sense this from you, and we wish to acknowledge the valor and the brightness that surrounds you. The deed you have done will not be recognized as soon as you would wish, but the impact it has will ripple out through the energy of the world, and in return, you will be noticed by many, many who also will never quite fit in or be recognized despite the good they do. I'm not really that vain. I just enjoy my company. Do not take this to heart. Do not allow this to ever prevent you from doing what you are urged to do. And do not allow all the moments where you have been unlike your best self to define you. You are a mixture of what people call good and bad. What is taking place now is a kind of working your way through what you feel you must do to rebalance the ledger of your life. This doesn't mean you'll ever receive an award or be offered a handshake. You may even fail to be recognized again and again, but now we see you, and so many others will see you too. I'm sorry, I keep losing because my legs are falling asleep. blah, blah, blah. You will find that creatures who are less socialized will trust you and come to you. The young animals, creatures whose senses are more alert and who rely on feeling rather than what they see. You are a truly beautiful soul in parts. And yes, you have done things that have been called wrong and were. But humans are complex and they enjoy calling you wrong, for then they feel superior and they draw attention to their supposed goodness. All right, cool. All are the sum of their actions and their choices within their circumstances. Even the roughest and most humble among us can become the hero, and those who are greatest and most seen to do good often are glorying in their own virtues. Don't fear. You are a walker of the night, and yet your time will come. You will inspire love. You are more than those who cannot see you say you are. Their voices are empty. Your life, although strange, is very full. I know, right, Mike? Blessing, you are displaying to humans who are thinking too much in boxes with labels, and those who do good are not always going to fit the cultural stereotype. To feel neglect, to feel resentment that others receive the glory from your deeds. Perhaps you have chosen this way in order to remain an outsider, so you need not enter into groups in the same way. You are in a stage where you are working very strongly with your unique energy and power. Your individuality is a gift from the divine. You are the only person on the planet like you. Max, you truly are here for a purpose, and you truly are needed here. No matter how modest this purpose, do it well with all your heart, and there will be no more loneliness. So, Max, yeah, I feel like you're kind of getting, or will be getting, some backlash. No, this is a great card. It's telling you, like, people want to keep bringing up your past, but they don't want to look at what you're doing now, because it's easier for them to stay in the past where maybe they were doing better than you. But now that you've elevated, even if you've only elevated spiritually, and even if you don't recognize it, they do. So there's someone, or maybe a couple someones, I'm not sure how many, I'm seeing more than one, but it could be one. Some people have dual energies. So they're like, you know, oh, like if someone says like, you did something nice for me, you know, thank you or whatever, this person's going to be like, yeah, but do you remember in kindergarten when you threw your pencil at my head? Like they want to bring up stuff that doesn't matter, because they want to take the attention off of you and put it on them. I feel like this is a very jealous, manipulative, malicious type of energy. It's very toxic, where they just cannot be happy for you. I don't know why you'd surround yourself with this energy unless it was like accidental. You didn't recognize it right away, and then all of a sudden you're in it. If this isn't like a romantic relationship, there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to pull your energy away. Don't let anyone take you down a peg or two. Don't let anyone tell you that, you know, you're not. There's someone here. Who is this? They're just like not good. They're just not a good person. They're constantly like, they always have something negative to say about you. Understand that this is coming from jealousy. They can't accept the fact that you put in the work, or you've done whatever it was. You did what was done, what had to be done, what you did. Make that make sense. And they're jealous. Instead of being happy for you, this is just bad energy. So please, you know, remove yourself from it. Be careful who tries to come in with praise in the next couple of weeks. I do feel like I was telling Laura before, like someone smiling in your face, like, oh my God, that's so amazing. You got the promotion. And then they go behind your back the next day and tell the boss, like, you stole their ideas. This person is no good. But I feel, Max, like you're going to know right away. Like you're going to connect that they're not a good person. So don't even get involved. Don't get involved to try to be nice or to try to be social because you don't want to be rude. Be rude. Get them out of your way. I really have to use the restroom. I'll be right back.
Yep. Okay. So when she comes back, it will be Mike J. Then Bat Mom and her daughter. Then if Chris Jarvis, if you're still here, please let me know. Then Life with Bobby, if you're still here, please let me know. Then Heather B's timestamp, and that's when we go into timestamps. So if anybody wants a card while you're still here, let me know, and I'll squeeze you in before she starts timestamps. Okay? I'd appreciate it. That way she can okay it. And that's about it. I will be here maybe tomorrow night, maybe not. maybe I'll be over there. I could be over there. So, okay, I figured you were live. LWB, there you go. I like that better. So, yeah, after Mike, hey, Jules. After Mike will be to Bat Mom and daughter.
My girl, Julie girl, I was just saying, man, Jules hasn't been here. Oh, I'm so happy to see you. All right, who is next?
Mike J.
I'm going to use the fairy forest. I think I read for Mia before, like a personal. Mia, yes, you'll get one. Well, I'm going to read you either right before or right after your mom. So coming up. Oh, no, Jules, what the heck? Mike J, behold, the merciful one, compassion, release, and relief, card number 30 or 26. There is a time to hold on and to endure, and there is a time to open our hands and let the soul fly free. You may be remembering that death is a sacred right and be learning about the nature of the physical transition that's taking place. Death is a huge taboo in modern culture, yet it is a path that is sacred and walked by all of us fortunate enough to have lived. So the merciful one comes forward with love, respect, and compassion, Mike, to ask you to hold the space for those who are departing and to allow yourself to let go either of your own self or of another being who is readying themselves to return to the other world. This is the card of deep sacred change from one stage to another, one form to another, but mostly truly at its heart, it is the card of letting go and the great mercy that this letting go brings to those of us in pain and are unable to stay as we are. The merciful one lifts pain, makes passing easy, ensures we are surrounded by loved ones, and respects the great moment that this is. Know now that if death of a kind is coming, and the merciful one wishes the letting go of the dignified and sacred, so let go and let an ending come with beauty, dignity, and mercy. This is not cool. I don't like cards like this, but yeah, right, Max. I swear I was just thinking when I pulled this. Wow, what a beautiful card. Mike, somebody could be passing away in the next few months. If you know someone that's like in the hospital or in hospice, I would start preparing. I do think, though, that this could also be and is more than likely or is also a big change. This is something I feel could be coming out of the blue. I mean, it really could be anything. I don't know much about your personal life, but there's something here that is coming to an end. Somebody's moving away. No, this would, if it were a real death, it would be someone that like you know of, because this card is basically saying like you're preparing for it by being scared and hoping that it doesn't happen. So if that's not the case, we're going to look at the energy of something's changing, like somebody, like a kid leaving for college, or it's a great change, but it's something that you don't want to happen like selfishly because, yeah, right. Batmom, it actually happened when I read for someone one time. I saw that and I did not give them their reading. And 3 months later, they passed. It's happened 3 times throughout my career where I predicted someone's death and couldn't bring myself to tell them. I was a coward. So this is someone really, someone, I do feel like it's a person, like this person is moving on from something. This person is like, no more, or this person is like, yes, this is amazing. There's somebody in your life that is going through this major transition and you're trying to hold on to them. You want things to stay exactly as they are, right? you don't want this change to happen, but it's not because it's a bad change. It's because, like, for instance, if it were a kid going off to college, because you don't get to see them all the time, you're going to be worried about them. Like, but in your heart, you're happy for and proud of them. Does that make sense? There's something here that the universe is telling you. If you don't know what it is now, when it comes to your attention, try to immediately accept it. It's not changing. It may seem like bad news when you first receive it. It's going to be shocking. It could be painful. But once you sit and think about it and connect with your spirit team, you're going to understand that it's for the better, it's for the greater good, and it's something that you need to accept. You cannot dwell on this, and you have to look at it as positively as possible. I don't know if you know what this is. I'm not seeing exactly what it is. Like I said, it could be somebody passing, but it also could be, again, someone moving on. And you're so used to things being how they are that you're like ready to hold on for dear life to make sure that this person doesn't leave. Or this was a kind of a weak reading, and I'm sorry about that. Ow, my toe. Ow. Who's next?
Okay, Bat Mom and her daughter. Then we're going to do Ralph. So stay close, Ralph, if you can. Then Life with Bobby.
Bat Mom, I'm using Goddess Power. Mia, you'll be next. You're welcome, Mike. I hope that this hits you at the right time. I'm sorry I couldn't give you more. Sometimes I get shut down too. It happens once or twice every week. It's very annoying for me because I want to see more, but it's meant to unfold as it is. Okay, so Bat Mom, you got Ayin, the card of adaptability, and I believe it's card number 1. These ones look like 4s in this deck, so it's hard. Yes, you got it in the upright. When you've set intentions for how your life could be different, better, fuller, juicier, more prosperous, creative, more meaningful, etc., adaptability is the power that you'll need to rely on. The old familiar you, the one who is used to your comfort zone, is now invited to dance in uncharted territory. The questions to ask yourself as you step into the unknown are, who do I need to become in order to experience the life I desire? What in me needs to shift so I can welcome this amazing abundance? You may want to pull an extra card after your reading as a message from another goddess may grant you further insight. We got Athena, knowledge. So you got knowledge and adaptability, which are actually really good together. Let's look at number 5. And I don't normally pull 2 cards, but if the first card says to pull another one, that's what I'm doing. Bat Mom, this is still you. You got Athena in the reverse. Sometimes logic just isn't enough to determine the truth of your situation. Right now, things don't add up, they don't make sense, and you may find yourself feeling distrustful. Ingenuity and curiosity are called for as you face the unknown. Don't jump to conclusions. All of the information has yet to be revealed, and it won't come by force nor by overthinking or overanalyzing. Athena offers you the alignment task of releasing any projected story or expectations and accepting that you don't have all the facts needed to make a real informed decision. Ask for clarity, remain open, remain receptive, then wait for the will of the divine to respond. This is the correct and most beneficial strategy now, and the goddess Athena is ever present to help. Bat Mom, this is you, this is you bossing up. Like, you're like, okay, you know what's going on deep down inside, but what the universe is saying here is that you don't have tangible proof. You have to stand in your power and do what you need to do, regardless of being able. So, for example, just say, I'm only using this as an example, your husband is cheating. As a woman, you know, and you've been dealing with this, say, for years, right? You're leaving. So your focus and intent should be on leaving, not on confronting someone who's just going to continuously lie, because you have nothing that you can say, here's the proof. Whatever the situation is, it could be a boss that's been stealing from you, or someone embezzling, whatever it is. Somebody needs to be cut out of your life. And the universe is telling you, instead of focusing on all of the pain, the hurt, I know it's hard. I'm not saying it's easy. I never am. But what the universe is showing me is you're so focused on the bad things that were done to you and the person who did them, or the people who did them. Right, exactly. You are now going to turn your focus to what do you need to do, practical, logical steps to get away from this energy, whatever it is. As long as you stay focused on that and not on this person or these people, because their reaction is going to be to try to pull you back in. More lies, more manipulation, more deceit. You have every right to be distrustful. Whoever it is lying on you, lying to you. They're doing exactly what you think they're doing. Where's your focus going to be? Working it out or trying to get an apology or a real answer or some change from someone you know is a scum bum? Or is it going to be moving on to live your best life? How can you save up enough money to leave? How can you leave without, getting maybe physically injured? Because when you're leaving an abusive situation, a toxic situation, that is the most dangerous time. You have got to get out of this. You are nowhere near where you need to be in your life to fulfill your destiny because you're so focused on loving someone else who is not worthy. Sorry, they're not worthy. I hope that in the next couple of weeks, you can focus only on moving forward and stop looking back. They're not changing. They're not changing. Mia. Yeah, that was pretty good. Black Moon Lilith. Yes, ma'am. You'll be at my beach house, girl. I'm doing big things. You guys are going to see a major change in the Gemma Jade brand in a good way. I don't know. My ex who had the aneurysm, I would when we break up every other week, I'd be like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Just being a scumbum without you here. I can't even shower." All right, Mia, let's see what's up with you, honey. Sorry, I have to shuffle till they tell me to stop. You got coagulation, soul ascension. Card number 38. After enduring a period of intense progress, transformation, inner growth, and spiritual work, this is the phase of alchemy when you begin to truly embody your sun, soul's goals in ancient alchemy. When the coagulation card appears, you are empowered in your purpose and channeling the energy from your sun sign. The sun in astrology represents the life purpose and alignment in your birth chart. Can you tell me your sun sign, please, Mia? New opportunities, life decisions, and changes in direction are manifesting for you at a faster rate. When you are in this phase, be mindful of perfectionist habits and gently release them, as there is no perfection at all. Practice presence. Associated with gold in the sun, coagulation is when you are nearing the end of the magnum opus, the dark night of the soul. This is the 6th phase of the alchemical magnum opus, which is a culmination of all of the ascension and healing work you've done so far. You have found and embodied your higher self, light, and true essence in this lifetime. Creating and maintaining a daily meditation practice could be key when you reach this phase. This allows you to remain in the present moment and heal any lingering shadows that can disrupt your light. Leo, that makes a lot of sense. Your soul's gold is shining through. Allow it to emanate and shine for the world to see. This is you. Wow, this is like super duper powerful. I don't know where you are spiritually, if you're like struggling or if you feel like you've, if you're doing well in life, if you're on your path. But Leo energy, okay, is coming in strong here. Your sun sign. This is you not giving a F what someone else thinks and just stepping into some opportunity. Listen, Mia, in the next couple of weeks, I want you to really pay attention to when you speak to people, offers, opportunities. Wait, July. Yeah, I think July 23rd is like the cusp. I think it's a cusp. It's Leo. It changes on the 23rd. So you're on the cusp of Cancer and Leo. I'm sorry to interrupt your reading, but this is important. Okay. So if I were you, I would read a little bit about what being born on that cusp is. This is like a water sign that enjoys the spotlight. I have a fire rising, which is why as a Pisces, I'm so like I want to be the center of attention. I want to be a little bit famous at least. I would love for people to come up to me and be like, Gemma Jade, this is you stepping into that. in the next couple of weeks, be very, very mindful who you talk to, because I feel like there's going to be a connection made, if it hasn't just like recently in the past 2 weeks been made, that you are going to absolutely shine. You're going to glow up. There's something that you've wanted, you've been trying to achieve, and it's like you've been kind of skittish about it for some reason. It's like, you want this, you can get this, but then you'd have to be uncomfortable. There's something that was stopping you. Well, that's something and or someone is no longer going to be an issue. You are getting the opportunities that you've been trying to manifest, and you are going to step directly into it. I would recommend, me, Gemma, your team is not arguing with me, that you look up the personality traits of the cusp Cancer Leo. The reason is, once you read this, it's going to empower you. You are meant for some kind of spotlight, even if it isn't the spotlight of fame. It's the spotlight of acknowledgement, recognition, you being in charge, you managing, running something, CEO. I'm seeing you have got the power inside of you, and the universe, I was going to say something, but the universe is going to light a fire under your butt in the next couple of weeks, going through the next few months. You are spiritually ascending. All of those old hurts, habits, hangups, wounds, they are coagulating and growing into this little ball that you're just going to toss to the side and never look back. This is really amazing energy. I do feel such strength reading you. Nothing can hold you back now except you. Focus only on your dreams, on the positive, on what you're trying to achieve, and the universe will provide it. Don't try your very, very best. I know it's hard not to think of from a mindset of lack, right? Come from a mindset of abundance. So I was talking before, I was like, I don't look and be like, oh my God, I'm broke. Like I have no money. I look and say, oh, the money didn't come into my account yet. And I do get paid. Somehow it always works because I'm manifesting that from a mindset of abundance. I'm excited. If you guys can't tell, I'm like, this is exciting. Something major is happening for you. I would say in the next couple of weeks, give it a month, you are going to step into your purpose and you are going to rock it. Max, yeah, I have the same problem. In real life, I rub people the wrong way. And I don't know why. I'm so nice. I'm not to toot my own horn, but I'm generally a kind person. I'll go out of my way to help people. Even like managers at like restaurants or diners I'd work at, like there was always one that just hated me for literally no reason. If I went to the bathroom, they'd be like, why are you always in the bathroom? And I'm just like, I have to pee a lot. I don't know. Like, and they like, such bad experiences with like humans. Love humanity. Humans, this is my month. And I feel these past couple weeks like I've been different too, and been talking to people like I'm not being a wimp like I usually am. I'm talking, yes, you are in your power. I'm telling you, your birthday's coming up. You are in the prime position for a rebirth. I wouldn't be surprised if the week of your birthday or on your exact birthday, you get like this really amazing opportunity, or you just see something and you decide, I'm not going to be a wimp. Like you said, I'm going to grab at that and I'm going to get it. And you get it. This is really exciting. Pixie, you are absolutely right. Good people trigger people who are in a negative mindset. Something about Max, our big, bold, bright energy affects their darkness, right? We are lighting them up too much and they can't handle it. So they want us gone. Who's next?
Ralph, before his kids pull him away again.
Okay, let's do Ralph.
And then life with Bobby.
Ralph, I'm going to do the celebrity spirit. When you rub people, do not forget the bacon. Bacon makes everything better. Absolutely. You're so welcome. Yeah, I love this reading too. I don't usually get readings like this in the one cards. Like when I do the full personals, I usually do. You already received the congratulations from your team. And I really, if you don't mind, would like to know what this ends up being. So your mom can message me. I won't say it publicly if you don't want me to, but I need to know because this is like, I'm excited. My heart is, but it's good. Jules, not at all. We're just finishing up. Never too late. All right, Ralph, try to get this done for you, honey. I know, right? Bacon. I'm thinking about those pork chops. So, Ralph, you got Audrey Hepburn, Radiate Love, card number 25. Let's see. Your archetype is, in this lifetime, or could be, innocent hero, also ingenue, fashion icon, and humanitarian. Don't get crazy. I'll explain it. Audrey Kathleen Rustin was the daughter of a baroness born on 4th of May 1929 in Brussels and died on 20th of January 1993 of appendix cancer. She was an astrological Taurus. Audrey was a British film actor, fashion icon, model, and humanitarian, and was recognized as the third greatest female screen legend in the golden age of Hollywood. I would so be famous if it was the 1950s, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. I would be famous. Unfortunately, she also experienced great sadness in her life. As a young girl, Audrey lived through the horrific, evil occupation of the Netherlands by the German army in 1940. It has been written she supported the resistance by giving underground concerts to raise money, delivering the underground newspaper, and taking messages and food to downed Allied flyers hiding in the woodlands. For beautiful eyes, look for the good in others. For beautiful lips, speak only words of kindness. And for poise, walk with the knowledge that you are never, ever alone. When Audrey came into my seance, we, the sitters, were quiet and listened intently when she spoke, as if she demanded the attention with her presence. That's like Susan Powell. Guys, watch that video. Her energy came across strongly, and even though she was tiny, she had a steely personality and soul, as if she knew exactly what her life was all about and had done it a million times before. In many ways, Audrey reminded me of a very old and wise soul. From what she said, she was passionate about people's rights and really cared about the humanitarian work she did throughout her life. She disliked cruelty and saw everyone as equal, and it was no surprise Audrey Hepburn had a passion for the underdogs of the world. When you draw out this card, it means you have the power to show the world you have class and sophistication as you make people notice when you make an appearance or enter a room. Once you tap into this energy, you exude everything you do with unforgettable grace, intellect, elegance, confidence, and style because you have the integrity to set your plans in motion. It's also telling you to be playful in any given situation, as you have all the abilities to achieve anything you want, done with your magnetic energy that makes you feel good, happy, and playful. With this energy, it will be easy for you to attract your wants and needs with hardly any effort, like an adorable gammon, I don't know, Gamine, sexy, appealing, and teasing. Now, I know this sounds like a female card. Mia, no problem. Thank you, honey. Anytime. For Batmom, anytime. I know this sounds like a feminine card, but there is no gender assigned to tarot or to oracle. Ralph, this is you really, though, in a nutshell, right? Taking care of your kids. You're always my kids. Jim, have a great night. This is telling you, like, this is what you were meant to do in your life. This is what you're supposed to give your energy to. If you have no time to volunteer, if outside of the work you're doing, raising your kids, there's no more for you to give, that is okay. Remain happy. Remain in the energy of the knowledge of that blessing that you have, right? All the pain you went through, but you still do what needs to be done, and you do it warmly and gently and not perfectly, but to the best of your human ability. And that is what the universe asks of us all of the time, even though it's hard. You are being recognized right now by the universe, and the universe is saying, what is it you really want to do in this world? What kind of energy do you want to give out, and where do you want to give it out? Like, do you want something? Do you want to ascend higher? Because you can be happy with what you have and be fine and not move forward or up in any way. But the universe is saying, if you want to ascend, you may. Ask and you shall receive. You're in such an amazing place vibrationally. And this always happens where, like, I get one really exciting reading and then I don't know, this is how the list flows. You are primed right now for manifestation. So tell the universe what you want, act as though you already have it, and keep being kind. I feel like in the next couple of weeks, your just normal, usual kindness is going to affect someone in such a big way that you will never, ever see. And we have to remember that, guys, good or bad, our actions, our words affect people in a butterfly effect. If I start poop with the cashier at ShopRite because, I don't know, she rang something up wrong, which I wouldn't do, but if I did, she's going to be more down for the next customer. She's going to ruin their day. They're going to go home and yell at their wife. The wife's going to get mad and yell. It's this ripple effect. So put out the ripple effect of kindness. I didn't expect it. It kind of appeared out of nowhere. I have not seen a moth flying around all night. I live in the middle of the woods. Who's next?
The mini Mothman. Watch out.
Blue, it's okay. I got you. I was wondering where you were, though.
Life with Bobby.
My red Stanley's here. Life with Bobby. I would like to use, yeah, perfect. The Archangel Animal deck. Ralph, thank you. Yes, Heather B. It's true. Think about it. You could be having the best day and like you call up Amazon customer service and the person is rude. You're going to be upset. It's going to aggravate you. And then even without meaning to, you're going to end up maybe snapping at someone else who's going to get upset. And then it's this ripple effect. So why not put that out in kindness? I do it as best I can. There's one particular person that no matter what I do, they don't want to accept that I've changed and I'm a good person, but that's on them now. I'm just doing me at this point. If they want me, they know where I'm at. Life with Bobby. I'm not taking it because I was told to shuffle. So thank you, Ralph. I do appreciate that. Funds on my PayPal and or Cash App, guys. You know, I'm paying for my son's party. Not e-begging, just saying. All right. Miss Life with Bobby. Let's see what we have for you, honey. The bacon effect. Black Dragon, I swear, give me your address. I'm going to send you some bacon. I'm going to send you some Newski's smoked apple with bacon. Do you know Wendy's will only buy Newski's apple with smoked bacon? And I know that because I opened a Zin Burger and they use the same bacon. Like only 3 places use this special bacon. When you open a Zin Burger, you have to taste every single drink and food they have there before you can start working there. Their food is delicious. Max, I have confidence in every single area. I've earned it. I've grown into it except one. And it's a major area and it really, really, really stinks. Yeah, Mike J, I was accused of that several times by the same person. They make different accounts to come in and troll my comments. Tell me I'm ugly, I'm useless, I should delete myself, start a gas leak in my house and make sure the windows are closed. Yeah. And by the way, my confidence is something that sometimes I fake. I don't feel confident all the time. I said to my husband yesterday, I was wearing a bikini and I was like, wow, I feel like compared to these other women, I look like a busted can of biscuits in my bikini. I mean, he just stood there and didn't say like, no, you're beautiful. He just said, And then I felt even worse. So it's not always there, but it is. I thank you for that because that's a compliment for me because I was always very like, I'm nothing. Good night, Mom. I love you. I'll talk to you this week. We're getting the Fortnite toppers. Ghostdragonzw is getting them. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate you. That's why I love being here. I know, Miss Pixie. I know. If that were only the worst of it. All right. Life with Bobby, you got the horse. Care for others and let them be free. This card calls you to expand your heart center and focus on your noble qualities and aspirations. You are reminded that in order to honor others and let them be free, you must first respect yourself and set yourself free. So tune into the great universal angel Mary and let her wonderful healing divine feminine light bathe you and dissolve the old. Then take decisions that chime with you and light you up. Visualize the full moon or look at it if you can. Be aware of Archangel Christiel's shimmering milky white light extending to your third eye and a magnificent pure white unicorn walking along the light to touch you. This will start to activate your own personal great soul qualities. Watch a higher path unfold. You guys are so sweet. Thank you. I love biscuits too. I'm actually going to go make some. Bobby, this is interesting. It's definitely all about you. It's telling you that it's okay if people want to remove their energy from your life. if you did something to cause it, you can apologize, but I don't think it's going to matter. I feel like this has nothing to do with you, and it has to all do with them. You are losing a friend, a family member, not to death, but just like you feel like you guys lost contact or you don't talk anymore. There's something here. And I feel like it's really bothering you. And if this hasn't happened yet, it's going to. It's like you lost touch by accident with someone. You want to reach out, but it wasn't by accident. They're doing this on purpose. They're purposely removing their energy from you. And they're being compelled to do this because y'all weren't meant to have anything bigger than what you have. I do feel, yes, like this is you just looking inward, not worrying about what other people are doing. Even if something that they're doing is like hurting you, look inside yourself and be like when you're dealing with a narcissist, you always have to remember this person is sick. They don't live in reality. And that's not to not hold them accountable. It's just so that you don't get sucked into it, right? This is the same thing. If you're only focusing on you, your growth, your change, the universe is going to just provide people, places, and things that serve you, that do you well, that are meant to be in your life at this time. You're not even going to have to do anything because you're lighting yourself up from the inside out. Please stop giving all of your energy away to people who don't deserve it. I feel like you need to be more discerning in who you help, who you lend money to, who you allow into your home, into your space. Protect your spiritual wall. There are too many people that are like right here, not physically, but I think you know what I mean. There are too many people latched on that you just need to kind of shake them off. Okay. You deserve better than a lot of what you've been given and what you're taking as the best. So I was talking last week about the loaf of bread. It's like you're like okay with breadcrumbs now, even though you were promised a whole loaf of bread. But it's like, okay, at least I'm getting something. No. You deserve the whole loaf. You give out whole loaves. You deserve to get them back. It's bread, but I hope that makes sense. Who's next?
Jules.
You guys always make me laugh, I swear. Jules, I want to use Goddess for you. This deck has been calling to you since you popped in. You guys are so sweet to my mom. Thank you so much. My beautiful mommy. Life with Bobby, yeah. And like when you love someone, you don't want to see the worst in them. So even if they fail, like for example, take someone who's always late. They don't respect your time. But even if they've been late for, say, the whole 10 years you've known them, they've been on time twice. You still, when they say 5:30, expect them to be there at 5:30, even though you know deep down inside they're not coming because they don't care enough to show up on time. No apologies, no explanations. You have to stop expecting from other people when you give them so much because they're going to say, you don't give me anything. And that's where the toxicity and the abuse starts. You just have to focus on you. And I'm not saying you're in that, but that right now, your energy is pulling stuff like that in. You're settling for breadcrumbs. And there's no reason to, you know. Thank you, Miss Pixie. All right, Miss Jules, let's see what's going on here. You got Lazy, the card of revelation. Card number 29. Black Dragon, absolutely. Oops. Yeah, it's hard though to have no expectation when like the person, like I would rather someone say to me like, I'll be there when I feel like getting there. It's unimportant to me. That would hurt, but it wouldn't hurt as much as expecting them to come through and then being failed, right? I'd rather someone say, no, I absolutely am not doing that for you. But that would sound cruel. And then you know what I mean? They would know that I could say they were cruel. Being late, well, there's traffic. Yeah, but there can't be traffic making you an hour and a half late every single, say, Monday for 5 years straight. You know what I mean? And if you know there's traffic at that time, leave earlier. Be respectful. Send a text message. Say you're going to be late. Call. But then, like, the problem with that I used to have was they would do it every time and they would call every time and be like, well, I called you. as though that were enough. Like, you know what I mean? I don't have to be on time as long as I call you, and I could do that every single time, and not understanding why that's not okay. Sorry, tangent. I have a lot of pain in here that I'm processing, guys. Card number 29, lazy. There are moments when synchronicity brings all the elements together for a flash of insight to rise up in you a glorious epiphany. Whatever was not clear becomes crystalline in an instant. It's as if you are able to simultaneously perceive every facet in a diamond. You know without a doubt that you are on the right track as deep understanding sinks into your very soul. In this moment, change and transformation take place, and a transcendent moment is offered to you as an extraordinary gift. Jules, now is one of those times. The Chinese goddess Laozi, mother of lightning, brings revelations into your life with a flash. She gives you this as a result of all of the hard work you have put into dismantling your old self and making the space for who you want to become. This is a very auspicious time. Blue Crossroads, yeah, I wish I drove, because depending on anyone for rides stinks, but especially, like, you know, that one friend that's just always late, right? I am not that friend. I am early. If I'm driving, I'm early. But I am going to work on that. I'm hoping to have my license by Christmas, or at the very least by my 42nd birthday. All right, Jules, I'm sorry. I'm just feeling really good right now. Feeling really filled up. So I know you may not feel like this is a really good time in your life right now, but it is. And if you stop and think about everything that's occurred, it seems really bad. But if you think about the whys and the hows of everything, there's a synchronistic beat here. Everything is falling apart so you can rebuild it how you want it. This is everyone else's leftover stuff that you're living in. Not much, if any of it, is Jules's. Yes, spunky. It's like you've been with everyone else's leftovers, and that's what you're used to, right? But now you're in a time where the universe is saying, no, we will absolutely not tolerate this anymore. You have to earn, not even earn, because you've already earned it. Take what's yours and have it belong to only you. I don't know how this makes sense in your world, in your life right now. This is what I'm channeling. This is one of those readings that I really don't get it. The universe is saying everything's falling apart so you alone can rebuild it the way you want it. Good. I'm at peace. The way that you see it. And this, in the next week or two, is the universe rewarding you for the work that you've done, the pain you've suffered, the poop you let go, the you that you embraced. So look for opportunities, look for little synchronicities. Like, isn't it weird that I ran into the same person 4 times? Maybe that person has something, like you have a connection. There's something that's really amazing that's coming in. Like I said, for Mia, this is like a gift though. This isn't really something you really earned. You're kind of walking into it due to the fact that you're doing the right thing in your life. Yes, about dang time.
Black Dragons next, and then timestamps.
Okay. Black Dragon, I'm going to use the Gentle Creatures. Who do we have timestamps? We have Heather, Deb, Casey, and Lotus, right? Did Mama Cindy want one, or?
Yeah, we could do one for her. I don't know, she's hurting pretty bad. And
yeah, I know.
Are you going to get one for my daughter?
Yes, of course.
Okay, I just asked. We
have the time. I mean, it's not a big deal. I'm feeling really good tonight. I ate a full meal, which I never do. And I should do every time because I feel, I don't feel like lethargic, and the messages are very clear. I'm loving it. And I'm loving the big energy. All right, guys. Black Dragon, draw the bacon card. I wish there was a bacon card. That would kind of be awesome. You got the card of loss. I love these little creatures. They're on the Into the Lonely Woods deck as well. They're just adorable. Yes, baby, all the way to Blissville. Whoop, whoop. All aboard! Black dragon, grief moves among us like a figure in a foggy river. This gentle creature mourns the loss of his winged friend. Even knowing that the moth had a short life cycle, there is still the feeling of loss. Losing someone to death, distance, or disagreement leaves an empty space inside. This card illustrates that everyone mourns in their own way. One turns away to gaze into the coming light, hoping for another winged beauty. The other looks directly at the moth, remembering the beauty of its dancing gold wings. Each is right. Let no one tell us how to grieve our losses, even the ones we know had to come. Lean into your emotions to let them flow through you. Sadness will not end you. Rather, it will wash out pain so you can begin to honor what was, what is remembered lives. What is remembered lives? You will move on from this point, carrying the good memories with you. Definitely an ending, dude. Like, this is a lot. I don't think it's a physical death. It always could be, but I don't think, like in Mike J's case, I'm thinking maybe. In your case, it could be, right? Yeah, Miss Pixie, me too. And I'm so glad my mentor, he's really been coaching me and things have been going really well for me. Okay. It's hard when you're depending on other people for, you know, like your finances. So I got to get more books out. I've got to do more promotional stuff for the book. But I'm going to do it. I'm doing it. All right. I'm sorry, Black Dragon. I feel like this is just a loss. Like you're losing a friendship, a relationship, but I don't know. I'm getting the feeling of like, not that you're losing it right now, that you're finally letting go of it. You're finally walking away, or you're finally like in your head disconnecting. Like maybe you've been longing for this relationship back, or longing for this job back, or, you know, really wanting this friend to reconnect with you. There's something here that you are finally at the point of acceptance, that you're just like, okay, this person or that situation, whatever it is no longer a part of my life. Now that you've done that and you've kind of cut that cord, so to speak, the universe can think of your life. I always say this as a chessboard, but they're all the same color pieces and the whole board is filled. You can't move. You're a pawn in the middle. Once you start coming to radical acceptance of things changing, people start being taken out, situations gone. And then there's room for the universe to place more people, places, and things that serve your greatest good, your higher self, more so than everything that was just left behind. Yes, you just came to the right place, because we're a bunch of misfits. We don't belong in this world. We belong on the island of misfit toys with Gemma. Ron Forrest, hi. Yes, it is. I know. Right now, Ron, it's really not. Right now, the sleepers have the upper hand, the psychopaths. We can only, I said it before, and I really liked what came out of my mouth because it was channeled. I didn't come up with it. We need to ripple out kindness no matter what. Some people won't accept it, you know? I think I have one person in my life that thinks I'm very cruel and heartless. And I can't imagine anyone thinking that about me. I try, right? So regardless of what anyone thinks, we have to stand in our power and ripple out that kindness and watch it come back. Let's do timestamps, and then if Ron wants a reading, we can do him.
But you want to ask him now and just go ahead.
Or Ron, yeah. If Ron, you want a reading? You're going to be our last before timestamps. Mother, tell your children not to walk my way. Tell your children not to hear my words, what they mean, what they say. Mother. Mother. Ron's my buddy. Ron's my TikTok buddy. I'm so glad he's here. I was dancing with the devil.
He said, okay.
Out of control. Almost made it to heaven. It was closer than you know. Deep, dark, and dangerous. Playing with the enemy. Gambling with my soul. It's so hard to say no when you're dancing with the devil. I have no rhythm tonight, guys. Sorry to put you through that. I like that song. That's the only Danzig song I know. What's that song where they that band where they covered NWA's Cruising Down the Street in my 6'4", jocking the witches, smacking the. I went to the bar, they get scoop, knuckleheads out there, Skull Street. And they sing it really slow and like really white. Oh, I can't remember the name, but it's so funny just listening to them. They're dressed in like golf outfits. All right, Ron, let's get moving. I know. It's been a long night. Dynamite hack! Yes, thank you, Batmom. Who is Black Wig? Back in the day when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. But some days I sit and wish I was a kid again. Nope, Blue. Even though I do think of you every time I use this deck now. All right, Ron, you got Aoshi. Disconnection. Card number 41. She is dangerous. Respect the land and especially the land you live upon. Find comfort and joy in the changing of the seasons and the green places you come into contact with. Protect and defend Mother Earth. Before you attack someone, make sure you have all sides of the story. Aoshi are Fae or Fae-like creatures from Celtic and Gaelic mythos. Most likely they are the ancestors of the Tuatha De Danann, an ancient Celtic mythical race of deities, or the people of the goddess Dan, who were mentioned in the complex world of Irish mythos. Should someone cut down a tree that is theirs, or say leave a cart on a certain area of fragile moss, the Aoshi may enact revenge or at least move the cart somewhere else. Revenge could mean something as simple as losing an object precious to you to having your home burnt to the ground. Your cow's milk could dry up, or you or your family could be kidnapped. The latter also could involve the swapping your human child out for a changeling and you never getting your human child back for your wrongdoing. The best idea is to live harmoniously with the Aoshi and be mindful of how and where you tread. Being in simpatico with nature and respecting all things is a good way to not get yourself into any trouble, accidental or otherwise. The festivals of Midsummer, Beltane, and Samhain were special times for the Aoshi, as they were times of profound change and magic for both humans and fairies. As people traveled along the roads towards the gathering places for the midsummer solstice, it was said that the Fae were on the roads too, ready to lead astray those who did not respect and connect with the land as they passed through it. We know that by respecting and connecting with the good people, many places in Ireland were never harmed, deforested, or paved over because of the myth of the Aoshi and the mindset that came with trying to live in harmony with them. This conservation of green areas can only be a good thing and something that they would approve of. Your plant companion is foxglove and your crystal companion is amethyst. My favorite Def Leppard song is Photograph. Love it. That song was made for Marilyn Monroe, by the way. Ron, I feel like you do need to connect with nature. I feel mainly what this card is saying, it's a little bit off card. I feel like there's an issue in your life that you don't have all the facts. You're only listening to like one side, or there was some kind of misunderstanding. I would not like be confrontational or confront this person. Like I think that if you, whatever this conflict is, it's not about being conflict avoidant really or avoiding confrontation. It's about taking a step back and really looking at the situation before you get upset or before you make a snap judgment or a reckless decision, and understanding that like you don't know everything yet. I feel like if you take your time, take a step back from whatever this is, if you can like see if it's like a relationship, like romantic, see if you can leave for a couple of days. You really need space from what and or whoever this is. And then you'll see it clearly and you'll be able to work it out. If it's a friendship, you'll get it back. If it's a relationship, y'all will be okay. If it's a kinship, you'll be fine. But if you react and respond now, it's going to be in anger and it's going to be without having all of the facts. And then you're going to feel like a complete and total fool once the facts come out.
Hey,
Who's next?
We'll do Heather B first.
Heather, I'm going to use Oracle of the Hekatean Path. Ron, yeah, I feel like the universe is kind of testing your ability to not respond and react in anger, which is really hard to do, especially when we're being like prodded to do so, like prompted to do so almost. I'm sorry, who was this? Heather B? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Got you, girl. s'more. Oh, I wish I had a s'more. You know what's good? S'moreos. You put the marshmallow inside an Oreo and put the graham cracker outside of the Oreo and then melt it. Girl, that's how we do it in Jersey. Okay, Heather, you got the Holy Daemon from the lower realm. It is the card of protection, card number 58, and it is gorgeous. Where do you see this card? This serpent emissary of the goddess dwells in the earthly realms and works through tonic channels. Focused on protection, it will whisper warnings and strike at those things attempting to harm you. It scouts the road ahead and ensures your footing is true. Whilst concerned with safety and deference, it will act against recklessness and idiocy. Yeah, you are finally, I think, at the point, right, Laura? That it was badass. You are finally at the point where you're coming to this place, if you haven't come to it already, of radical acceptance, where you now understand the role you play in a toxic person's life. There's not really much. It's hard to get rid of all expectation, but I feel like there's not really much expectation left. You know your role, and you're faking it till you make it to be able to get comfortable with being uncomfortable and slowly pull your energy away. I feel like a lot of people tonight had to tell them, like, you need to focus inward. I feel like you've already learned that, like, even if it was just today, you have recognized that you have to look inside and you have to learn and grow and change without worrying about this role you're supposed to be playing, this pretend game of future faking and whatever this toxic person is putting you through, or these toxic people. I would be really surprised if you didn't know what I was talking about. I feel like even with like your schoolwork, like focusing, Ron, for sure. I totally understand. Like focusing on your schoolwork and not worrying so much about having dinner on the table. There's something inside of you that's changing and shifting that may be scary to you because now you're in this relationship or friendship, whatever it is, and you know that it's not going to last. So every moment that you're in this, you understand it's going to end. So it starts to feel like wasted time. Then you go down the, I feel like you're going through all that right now. If you focus inward, the universe will protect you. The universe will make sure that because you're doing the right thing, nothing and no one can hurt you. You're in an energy of self-healing, self-cleansing, self-love, self-nurturing, self, everything but selfish. Don't engage, don't respond, don't react. Gray rock, if you don't know what that is, look it up. Dr. Romani, let me put her in here. On YouTube, will tell you everything you need to know. She covers every type of narcissist. She has one little video on the neglectful narcissist, and I treasure it to the bone because it's the only person I've ever heard talk about a particular situation. I've been through that. I'm very interested in. But as far as other kinds, she has, I think, hundreds or even thousands of videos. Heather, keep doing what you're doing. Do not get sucked back into the drama. Do not get breadcrumbed back into this relationship or whatever it is. This person is toxic. They're not for you. The bond is broken now. Now it's just play pretend in the uncomfortability, pass like two ships in the night until you can remove your energy. No matter what, do not fall back into this person's trap. And I feel like this protection is going to help you not do that. Who's next?
I will go ahead and do Ashley.
Ashley, I'm using Dell Waits.
And thank you.
Of course. All right. Marita, card number 21. Ashley, I am a Scottish princess. My mother wanted me to get married and behave like a proper lady, but I had other plans and didn't care about getting a husband. I loved practicing archery and swordplay, riding my horse through the highlands. I loved my freedom. A wicked witch transformed my mother into a bear, but oddly, this whole adventure helped us understand each other more. Whatever it is they want you to be, Ashley, you don't have to live according to their plans and their rules, even though they might mean well. Your freedom has to speak first. And Heather, I want you to pay attention to this as well. You are who you are, and that is absolutely okay. You don't have to try to fit in. Don't deny yourself. It's not going to do any good. The path won't always be easy, but it's the only one that can lead you to serenity. Trust my word and do not try to conform to the wishes of others. Be your own and be your one and only ruler. Ashley and Heather. Oh my God, Miss Pixie. I'm just, I've had so many, every relationship except one. He's gone. Not that I would get back with my exes. I do, I do love. All right, Ashley and Heather, I want y'all to listen to this. There is no point in playing make-believe. There is no point in pretending to be someone you're not. There's no point in, like, even the small things, like saying you're not mad when you are. You don't have to have a rage episode, but you are allowed to be angry when you're being mistreated or when your family's being mistreated. There are ways to stick up for and defend yourself. In the next couple of weeks, both you ladies, I mean, Ashley, you have to not be conflict avoidant, but you have to find that balance. Again, you don't want to be confrontational. You don't want to have a rage episode, but you need to have your voice heard. And there is someone who is trying to silence you. Like, I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about, but you know what you're talking about too. You're speaking from your heart, your wants, your needs, your desires, whatever the situation is. You have a right to defend yourself. You have the right to go outside naked and howl at the moon if you want to. I feel like someone is just trying to, like, I just see this, like they're trying to take your voice. You really need to stand up for yourself and make your stance known. Okay. Make your stance known and let everyone know that you are in control of you. You're in control of what's going on with your kids. Thank you for the advice. Boy, bye, girl, bye, bye, bye. Someone is trying to, like, say you're about to have a wedding. There's someone here that's trying to tell you what dress to wear, what color the bride's, like, they're trying to just take control of everything. You don't need that. Maybe at one point you did. You are no longer that person. You are strong. You are vibrant. You are in your own energy, your power. Don't let anyone trample on you. Ever, but particularly in the next couple of weeks. Darling Deb, I'm using Celebrity Spirit. I could do backflips through the living room with nothing but a hairnet on, and I would probably be ignored in that relationship I was in. I think that was the worst, because I loved the person so much and they didn't recognize it. That can make you feel like a failure. Like when you love someone and you would do anything for them and they tell you no, you wouldn't. Deb, I love this for you. Card number 3, Elizabeth Taylor. Love yourself. You're worth it. Dame Elizabeth Rosamond Taylor was born on the 27th of February, 1932 and died on the 23rd of March, 2011. She was a British-American actor, businessperson, humanitarian, and a great legend of her time. She was a Pisces. She died of congestive heart failure at the age of 79. Elizabeth, also known as Liz, began her career as a child actor in the early 1940s and was one of the most popular stars of the 1950s. She continued her career successfully into the 1960s and remains a well-known public figure for the rest of her life. Her most famous film up to date was Cleopatra because of its expense to make, and she met Richard Burton on set, whom she married twice. Besides her business ventures, Liz was well known for her work with HIV/AIDS, being the first celebrity to speak out for this cause. She later set up the Foundation for AIDS Research, which has helped millions of people to date. Big girls need big diamonds. When Liz came through in the seance, she was very charming and witty and chatted for ages about her career, beloved children, pets, and charity work. She admitted to marrying many times as she believed in love, but Richard, as we all know, was her great love, but also her biggest downfall, as they were too similar to be together. When Liz brought up Larry, all the sitters giggled at her womanly charm and wit, as she mentioned mischievously how he was by far her best lover, as he had amazing hands in the bedroom. It's hard to say if this was indeed true, as it was tongue-in-cheek, so to speak, but Liz had all of us spellbound. She came across as a very sexy, ageless, beautiful soul, and in life she was the same, with amazing violet eyes and an entourage of people who truly loved her. The meaning, when you receive this powerful card, it's about awakening within, discovering your wholeness as a woman, or strengthening your feminine side of the divine you. It also implies accepting power and personal responsibility in your life to make the necessary changes in the world around you to create a space in your life for love. Now is not the time to let work or situations rule your life as you sit and watch others move on with their lives and leave you behind. It's your time to shine, to take control of your life, indulge in you, and radiate confidence, sensuality, and erotic energy that both attracts and arouses. When you allow yourself to fall in love with you, all your senses are heightened and you feel beautiful, powerful, and fully aware of your whole being. That is how I feel when I'm in this stream. Beautiful, powerful, and aware of my whole being. I am Gemma Mother effing Jade. Period. And in most situations, like when I go to family barbecues and I'm singing karaoke, or, when I'm out, I feel that in me. I just wish I was able to properly express it without fear of judgment or shame or abandonment. Deb, girl, this is about you, again, giving too much to others. You're constantly giving from your cup. The cup we always talk about, even when we talk privately. You are giving from your cup and nobody's putting anything back. This doesn't necessarily mean you're being taken for granted, because you're generously giving. You need to fill yourself back up. You are not in your power right now. You are being led along, like strung along, not in like a way of like someone's deceiving you. Although I do see in the background, someone has, I don't know, I just keep hearing gambling. So just keep that in the back of your head. This card is telling you, like it said to so many others before you, the women in this room specifically, that you need to look deep within yourself. You have to start working on Deb. Nothing around you is going to change for the better until you change Deb for the better. The universe is waiting to give you the abundance and the healing that you need, but you have to seek it out. Your spirit team can't do anything for you unless you invite them in. The universe is telling you it's your time to shine now. And that doesn't mean you have to be rude or not help anyone else, but stop giving everything you have to everyone else till there's nothing left. Lotus Girl, and then Miss Cindy and Casey.
Right.
All right, Lotus Girl. Nomeo! Lotus Girl, I'm using the Energy and Spirit Oracle. Miss Pixie, right back at you. Loneliness. What a word. Lotus, you got the card of mindfulness. Card number 1. Peaceful presence, quiet mind in the upright position. Within you is a peaceful place, a quiet space where nothing is troubling or worrisome. It is where your personal self connects with the truth and awareness of your soul. There's nothing to solve, nothing to predict, nothing to think about. In fact, to attain this peaceful presence, thoughts are not required. The practice of mindfulness calls for you to let go of thinking, let go of striving, and choose to be peacefully present without judgment or analysis. Your soul is truly powerful, Tennille. It's a cosmic energy, perhaps the greatest power you possess. When you release your personal striving and worry, you automatically move into the vibrant, receptive state that is trust and peace. This card is telling you that now is the time, the only time, to choose peace. Let go of judgment, worry, and the need for control. Then take a deep breath and choose to live in your trusting heart. That pervasive peace will bring profound happiness and radiate an absolutely irresistible vibration. I mean, I feel like I'm saying the same thing over and over again, which happens a lot towards the end. Tennille, it is time, as I've been telling you, I think for at least a couple months now, to stop giving everything of yourself. I feel like you have so many different things you're focused on. You can't give anything or anyone your full attention. And the problem is you need your full attention. This is where we talk about delegating, right? And I know you're going to just probably ignore this, and I'm not going to be mad at you, because it's like, how am I supposed to do this? You cannot be 100% of everything to everyone and everything all the time. You have to pick and choose where you put your energy. And some days this person may not get 80% because you had to give this situation, 70%. So this other, you have to delegate your time and your energy, your spiritual resources. But here's the thing, when are you giving to you? When you take a nap, you're not living. You are surviving. So many of us are surviving right now. So Neil, the universe is going to keep pushing you towards this until finally a whole bunch of stuff collapses right in front of you because you didn't make a decision and you didn't choose yourself. Not judging you, not shaming you. I know your situation and it does seem impossible, but I'm telling you, if the universe is bringing you this message, it is not impossible to do for you. Mama Cindy, I'm using the Archangel Animal. I'm about to have a Reese's peanut butter cup ice cream sundae. Andrew, I'll read for you quick after the timestamps. I got this one and one more. Mama Cindy. Elephant, open yourself to true abundance. Archangels Mary and Raphael. I was supposed to go to my sister's today, guys, but the weather just wasn't good, so I'm going to go Monday. It'll be fun. She lives on a lake and she has a bunch of big rafts. Mama Cindy, open yourself to true abundance. Archangels Mary and Raphael. The elephant card reminds you to keep your frequency high by having more fun, playing, and being joyful. Cindy, whether you are male or female, practice divine feminine qualities within every area of your life to ensure you have a strong and stable foundation for your spiritual self. In your spiritual life, sit quietly and breathe into your third eye, tuning into the Elephant Kingdom and Archangel Raphael, the awesome Emerald Angel of Healing and Abundance. The link into Jupiter and its ascended aspect Jumbe to call in a perfect health and cosmic abundance to bathe your consciousness. Feel this energy permeate your cells and know the universe supports your divine perfection and heart's desire. Then send out a stream of light to help build the crystalline web of light around our planet. Okay, I know that made no sense unless you study the sacred geometry. Mama Cindy, this is just telling you that you need to get out and have more fun. Yes, family is everything. There may be people that really need you right now. And this isn't saying to abandon them, but exactly what I said to Tennille, just a little bit different. Like, it's telling her to like go for her soul's worth. This is telling you delegate some time for fun. Anything. If you like to read a book, read 5 pages. You have to do for you too. Guys, this is a repeating motif every single week. Why? Because we're all giving and giving and giving, and people are taking and taking and taking. Nobody's giving back. Maybe you have some people giving back, but if someone's only giving back half, we have to be responsible to fill our spiritual light to the full, till it's overflowing. Ripples of kindness. Mama Cindy, you just need to have more fun, girl, and stop saying yes to everything. Casey, Black Moon Lilith. Ooh, 3 flavors of ice cream sandwiches. I went to Hershey Park once when I was little. I don't really remember it. I just kind of remember going it and being on like a chocolate train or something. Like in the Willy Wonka's chocolate factory, there was like a chocolate river or something. Yeah, when will we give back to ourselves? Time is now. I even had to stop doing yoga. But I realized today my son will sit there while I do yoga. I never knew that. He's like, I'm good, Mom. So we're getting there. All right, Miss KC. Lots of timestamps tonight. I don't like to do more than 3, but it's okay. Say no from time to time. Yeah, it's okay to say no. The act of saying no in and of itself isn't being unkind, and no is a complete sentence. Pluto, endings and regeneration. Card number 31. Misalignment can manifest physically at that uneasy feeling in the pit of your stomach. Pluto can sense this and likes to break everything down and remove what no longer serves you. It teaches us that beginnings and endings are intrinsically tied together. It's the natural cycle of life. Hidden wealth, inheritances, and debts are also a part of Pluto, including change in this area of life. Allow this transformative wave to pass over you. It will wash away the shadows that have held you back from activating your own light. In ancient Greco-Roman mythology, Pluto was the lord of the underworld and hidden wealth, also known as Hades in Greece. He presided over Earth's lower realms and the rich gems, minerals, and metals found in the ground. Pluto is the planetary ruler of the fixed water sign of Scorpio. Scorpio rules alchemy, sex, death, rebirth, psychology, the occult, secrets, and transformation. While it's a malefic planet and can be difficult, there's much to gain when your Pluto is integrated, as it can unlock your soul's hidden riches. So I'm going to tell you, and Casey, look at your chart, wherever your Pluto is, okay, this is what you want to incorporate and integrate into your life. I know this is a little weird about a reading, but here's the thing. Something has come to an end, you've accepted it, and you know where you want to go next. But I feel like now is where you're procrastinating, because now you're thinking, did I make the right decision? You know, is this person mad at me? Am I sure I want to? You're second guessing and like triple guessing yourself. The universe is saying, just go with it. All of this stuff you've worked spiritually, even if you did nothing physically to make it disappear, spiritually, you worked your butt off to get here. And I've been reading for you for like 3.5 years, every single month. Right? You did all of the spiritual work, the light work, so to speak. Don't second guess yourself now, because you're going to fall back in the trap of constantly looking in the past and never looking forward. I know. I heard that song. That's so weird you brought that up. Oh my God. I heard that song for the first time like 2 weeks ago. I wish I was an apple hanging from a tree, and eventide Cindy comes around. She'll take a bite of me. Get along home, Cindy. The weather is so fine. Yep. I heard it a few weeks ago. I was like, oh my gosh. Okay, so Miss Casey, I don't know what year you were born, so I'm going to start. Pluto in Cancer, 13 to 39, 1913, 39. Pluto in Leo. Oh, Pluto in Cancer would be family, traditions, the home. Pluto in Leo is 39 to 58, ego, creativity, self-expression. Virgo is 59 to 72, health and perfectionism. Libra is 71 to 84, relationships, equality, and love. That is my generation. 84 to 95 is Scorpio, crises, death, and regeneration. Sagittarius is 95 to, I know you weren't born in 1995. Everything must come to an end, wipe the slate clean, and make space for the new. So wherever your Pluto is, you have to incorporate that. But that's really not what's important. What's important is accepting how your life is now. Stop looking back. Stop second guessing choices. Either way, there's no time machine. There's no going back. If you feel like maybe you have an amends to make and it's not going to ruin the progress you've made, go ahead and make that amends. But that's as far as it goes. Nomeo, and then we are done. Nomeo, I'm using Celebrity Spirit. I'm going to have my ice cream. David Bowie, card number 7. Take time to play and explore. Again, guys, there's a motif here. Right? What is it called? A theme. Explorer, outlaw, thrill seeker, rebel, chameleon. Nomeo, David Jones, a.k.a. David Bowie, was born on the 8th of January, 1947 in Brixton, south of London, England, and died on the 10th of January, 2016 of cancer. He was a creative and innovative Capricorn. As a young child, he developed an interest in music and eventually studied art. By the way, guys, FYI, David Bowie was part extraterrestrial. Art, music, and designs before embarking on a successful career as a professional musician. Space Oddity became his first top 5 entry on the UK singles charts. Then he reemerged as the androgynous alter ego Ziggy Stardust. This won him widespread popularity. The message: the truth is that there is no journey. We're all arriving and departing at the same time. When David Bowie came through in the seance group, he was very amused and curious and kept asking what it was all about. He wanted to know why we were sitting in the dark, which he thought was hysterically funny, so we told him we were in a seance. After he thanked us for letting him talk and said he didn't mind the music we were playing as it was from the 70s and 80s, we all had a feeling he was a bit of a shapeshifter and an incredibly curious soul, always searching. I look forward to having more conversations with David if he comes again in the future, as he was one of my all-time favorites. The meaning: when you draw this card, Nomeo, it's reminding you that it's time to shimmy, sparkle, and shine. It's time to be the star of your own show. No matter the odds and what others around you think, you are aligned at the highest levels of integration of power and mastery for your divine purpose, whatever that may be. It's now time to shine your inner divinity and star force energy and power brightly for all of the world to see. You are a powerful, determined, bright spark of co-creation, brilliance, and a star within your own right. Enjoy the accolades. So I don't know why people are like, I feel criticism aimed at you, but it's like, we were talking about this heavy in the beginning, right? You are being, there's like people that are looking to you like really jealous because you're gaining accolades. I don't know if you're just personally vibrating higher, like feeling more confident, feeling like more, I guess, sparkly and shimmery, as the card put it. But I feel as though you're just arriving, like you're just living life. You really aren't worried too much. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I will, you will in the next couple of weeks. It's just this good feeling of like, man, life is good. You know, I love my job. I love, you know, whatever. And people are actually looking to you or looking at you with jealousy, with malicious intent. I feel like I wouldn't be making any new friends in the next couple of weeks, and be careful with people around you at work. I do feel like some of them really are just pretending to like you because they think that they should, like, and behind your back, they're like wishing you worse, like not wishing you well. Keep being in this positive energy. Don't let anyone bring you down. Don't listen to rumors. Definitely. Oh, yeah, I thought about that. I just read the private chat. I thought about that, but not yet. So, yeah, Labyrinth, I love that movie. It's one of my sister Christy's favorite. Listen, Andrew, keep going as you're going. You're building and gaining confidence, and you're becoming more comfortable in your own skin, in your own life, in the role you're playing in it. And I feel like this is going to actually lead you to love if you continue to follow this in that direction. Guys, I love every single one of y'all. Thursdays at 11 a.m. is when the videos are going to be premiering until September. I have a feeling I'm not getting any help this summer as far as my son. So I can only do what I can do, but I promise one video a week to the best of my ability every Thursday at 11 a.m. Once September comes, it'll go back to the 2. One is the members. This is the regular schedule, maybe an afternoon talk. But we will be talking about Susan Powell, and it's going to be a little longer than usual, but I really would appreciate it if you guys would watch the entire thing. She would too. Also, guys, my books really aren't like being purchased. I don't know why. I put my heart and soul into them. Danger at Your Door specifically. If you want an autographed copy, if you need anything, just email me. Please send a donation if you can. PayPal and Cash App. I always appreciate it. I'm trying to get contracted. I'm doing everything I can, but it is hard out here. As most of you know, I love you all. You know, be safe, be kind, ripples of kindness. Be kind to yourself. Be gentle with yourselves. You guys are amazing and good. Andrew, I would love to hear more about that. Please hold that thought, because that's a big part of what this reading is about. And it's like accepting that and using them for your highest good, but not taking no poop off anybody. We'll talk about it. Love you guys. Don't forget to support the shorts. They're so important to me making money. Please. Love you guys. Bye.